But the reason that he looks so old is because all he drinks is Dr. Pepper.
Oh no.
That's why.
What is it with video games and Dr. Pepper? First Mystic Messenger, now Steins.
I guess all the science adventure, like the protagonist of Chaos Head, I guess his thing is Coca-Cola.
Okay, it's still not great, but better than Dr. Pepper.
Right. I've only the only soda I've been drinking is Dr. Pepper because of Steins Gate. So it works. It's making them money. I fell for it. But I guess hello everyone. We're here talking about
Hello.
why you
I've returned from war.
yes. My
Or where was I?
my
Cat Maid convention or something?
yes, my right hand Laurel has returned from the infiltration mission. What
It
did
was
you learn?
successful. I learned I spend too much money.
Of course, one of the organization's ploys, no doubt. Well, here we go. We'll get into this. Of course, assistant Christina is also here,
Not Christina.
but definitely
Risu!
my assistant.
No.
Good old Marquise Kurisu. Christina.
Not
Kuris.
Christina.
Christina. Well, I guess we'll get right into it. Laurel, you're on the right. you,
Yeah,
you
that
are
guy.
you are the super hacker, Daru.
Okay.
It's just Arcade Guy.
Yeah, I'll pretend this is arcade guy. I'll get in the zone.
I did because I played the game with the voice acting off, and so I started the second game with the voice acting on. And the way he talks, he's like, "Ooh, like it's like he's
Oh,
purposely doing like a dumb, goofy voice. I was like, oh, I'm, I, I was surprised because I had the voice acting off for the whole game, and I was like, oh, he actually does just have like a goofy arcade guy voice, but Japanese.
well, that's perfect.
So I was like, there we go. But if he talks too much and it gets to be too much, don't worry.
I'll
You
give him a sexy voice if that's the case.
can Daru just has the greatest voice. I'm here for it. Here we go. Hey, you. Can you see us? Why won't you answer? I'm asking you a question. Yes, you, on the other side of the monitor. Your silence only strengthens my hypothesis. I suppose that, from your perspective, it appears that we are the ones inside the monitor. But that's where you're wrong. For it is you who are inside. Your reality is nothing but lies and shadows. Naturally, that includes you, too. True reality is on this side of the screen. Don't believe me? I don't blame you. Few are those who can handle the truth. But no matter. I shall speak in simpler terms, easy enough for even you to understand. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory, or Laboratory, located in the Akihabara district of Tokyo. We call it simply the Lab. Our purpose is to shatter the system and plunge the world into chaos.
Head.
Oh yeah, and then we have
Oh boy.
these tips. So I guess you guys could take turns reading them, or
Now Violet's got this.
No!
well, you get the first
The
one,
system,
I guess.
I'm so sorry.
the system is the means by which the organization maintains its grip on humanity. Its full scope is too vast to comprehend, but suffice it to say that the system gives the organization influence over government, religion, media, culture, and science worldwide. Most people do not even know that their lives are controlled by the system. It is so deeply embedded in the fabric of society that modern civilization would not be able to function without it. Destroying the system, therefore, would plunge the world into chaos.
Well done, assistant. I see this is why you're the one in charge of reading these, according
No.
to Laurel.
Really? You shouldn't do bad things, Okarin.
quiet. I'm a mad scientist, remember? From the station, head down Chuodori until you reach Soihirocho Station. Then take a left onto Kuromabashi Dori. In the alley before the traffic light, you'll find the rundown Ohiyama building. The lab is on the second floor. On the first floor is a store of ill repute called the Braun Tube Workshop. You can't miss it. Weird.
Oh no.
I want to let me go down to new. Wait a minute.
Oh, good. I don't have to read it then.
I guess it decided. What? Why? It says Braun Tube Workshop.
Is it YouTube but different?
It is. It's the store that we live above. It's not here.
Okay, so yeah, he is just delusional. Probably.
No, I think the organization is definitely real. Well, I guess we can't learn about the Braun Tube Workshop. It deals exclusively in CRT monitors, of all things. Can you imagine? Even in the heart of Akihabara's electric town, the demand for CRTs is practically non-existent. But the proprietor of the Braun Tube Workshop, Tenuoji, is also the owner of the building. That's how he can afford to maintain his ridiculously niche hobby shop, even as land value continues to rise. He may seem a rough sort, but he was no match for my charisma. Now, the entire second floor is mine for next to nothing. Muahahaha. I digress. The Future Gadget Laboratory is currently experiencing a severe shortage of manpower. We welcome dedicated scientists from all fields to apply. At present, our researchers are...
Okarin. You've got to say lab mems, not researchers.
Our lab mems. Laboratory members are 3. I am the founder of the Future Gadget Lab, Lab Mem number 001. Wait, yeah, the insane mad scientist, Hyoin Kyoma.
Okarin is cuter, though.
Next, we have our resident cosplayer and only female member, Lab Mem number 002, Sheena Mayuri.
An abbreviation of costume play. To dress up in costume, most often as a fictional character. People who cosplay are called cosplayers, which can be shortened to layers. Many cosplayers make their own costumes.
Laurel, are you a layer?
A layer.
Maybe.
Are you a cosp or a layer?
I'm a layer. I don't think that term is correct.
It sounds made up.
Da-da-da! Call me Mayushi. I like making costumes more than wearing them.
At last, we have our resident super hacker, Lab Mem number 003, Hashida Itaru.
Oh boy. A tremendously skilled hacker, or at least someone who claims to be. The threat, my friend's a hacker, so he can easily find out who you are, often appears during arguments on the internet. People mockingly call the obviously non-existent hacker a haka.
That's a good argument. I'll use that one.
So I mean that. It's a super hacker, duh.
The great Daru. Here at the Future Gadget Laboratory, we devote ourselves to the art of invention. For details, see our lab's homepage. Our top priority, of course, is to develop weapons for the war with the Dark Dominion. But that research has spawned a number of offshoot inventions. In fact, that's all it's spawned. Our arsenal of future gadgets is up to 8, but this is just the beginning. I have a total of 108 inventions to create.
Oh, okay, wait. Who am I?
That,
Itaru?
mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait, get that Hades manga right? I get it.
No, it's the number of earthly desires in mortals, you at-channel junkie.
Can you guys stop making references so I don't have to read them?
No.
Fictional. Japan's most popular message board covers a wide variety of topics from hacking to cooking to anime to current events.
Looks like you're a 4-channeler.
Oh no.
Or a Redditor, whichever one's worse. That's what
I like 4chan.
That's what at-channel is. And I thought I told you not to interrupt me when I'm talking.
Yeah. We don't want to interrupt you talking to yourself.
I'm not talking to myself. Can't you see? I'm talking to the person behind the monitor.
Ah, he just grinned.
What are you grinning about, damn you? You don't even exist outside that monitor.
Just say, don't look at me.
On the internet, it is an unwritten rule to say this whenever you see an image of someone or something looking towards the camera.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
I don't think that's gonna work.
It appears our attempts to communicate have failed. It's sad to see someone so deeply in denial of reality.
Maybe they think we're in the game?
I doubt it's even occurred to them.
But aren't your 2D girlfriends the same way? A female character in an anime, game, or manga.
More colloquially known as waifus.
That's different. Those girls are my wives. Real.
Nobody cares about your harem.
But Mayushi touched upon a very interesting theme, you know? What if we're actually just characters in a game? Anyway, we can know for sure.
No.
Come on.
Such questions are meaningless. Our time is better spent thinking of ways to destroy the system.
Nice. I can't read that. Shudi be bro.
Yeah, is it Chuna? Oh wow,
No.
Chunabayo, Chunibio.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's so angel coded from Hatsuko Boyfriend, which you'll see eventually.
Literally, 8th grade syndrome. A term referring to the mindset exhibited primarily by teenage males. Also used as a derogatory term to refer to older people who still exhibit this mindset. Characterized by an affected attitude of nihilism or cynicism, extreme self-centeredness, delusions of power or superiority, and a consuming fear of being treated as a child. The person exhibiting these symptoms believe that they are cool, but most observers find them pathetic. Is more Chunibyo, which is often abbreviated Chuni, also refers to the fictional tropes that teenage males often enjoy, such as ancient conspiracies, superpowers, especially people sealed in a character's eye or arm, Norse mythology, battles for the fate of the multiverse, etc. The consummate Chunibyo case will work such elements into his own personal backstory. Okarin is a textbook example.
Lies, slander.
Mm.
You know nothing, assistant. I'm not a Chunibyo. I step back from the monitor. Displayed on the screen is the ugly, cute character Alpaca Man, which is based on an old Dreamcast.
Oh my god.
It's Alpaca Man. It's based on an old Dreamcast game called Seaman, where it was a fish with a man's face and it would talk to you. alpaca?
A mammal, related to the camel. Average weight, 50 to 55 kilograms. Average length, around 2 meters. Habitat, Peru, Bolivia, and Chile. Recently, alpacas can even be found in America and New Zealand. Unlike camels, alpacas do not have humps. Their bodies are covered with fluffy fur. Due to their strangely long necks and charming faces, they have some popularity as an ugly cute animal.
Thank you for explaining that. You can have a Dr. Pepper for all your good reading. Assistant?
It's not like I like Dr. Pepper or anything, I just think it's a very intelligent drink.
The drink of intellectuals, wouldn't you say, right hand Laurel?
It appears we
Sure.
agree on something.
Yes, we can all agree on the greatness of Dr. Pepper. Definitely not sponsored by them. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to Alpaca Man via microphone and watch him react. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally, I find only the ugly part of ugly cute to be true. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. I turned to Daru with a menacing glare. Shut it, Haka! I'm no Chunibyo patient. I sweep my hair back and flash a devilish grin. I am Hyoin Kyoma.
That's your character's name, right?
Oh, Daru, your communication skills are beyond repair.
I'll have you know, I go to a ton of offline meets, and I always the life of the party.
Offline meet. Should I read this one, assistant?
Sure.
When members of an internet community meet in real life. That wasn't so hard.
Wow.
You got a really hard
You
one.
did it.
That was easily the hardest one yet. This fat, bespectacled guy is my brother-in-arms and right-hand man, Hashida Itaru, nickname Daru.
Okay, they're not actually brothers?
No, just brothers-in-arms. Which
Okay.
is even closer, some might say. He's a hardcore otaku. You can always find him in front of the computer, playing games and watching anime.
A
Otaku.
term for people. Oh, you want to read it?
No, go ahead.
Oh. A term for people with an obsessive interest in a particular topic. Hobbyists. Most often refers to fans of anime, manga, and video games, but there are also train otaku, military otaku, electronics otaku, etc.
Most likely Redditors and 4chanelers. He has 2D wives, on whom he cheats with 3D maids.
Wow.
I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, anything's fine as long as it's moe. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his insistence that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well.
Ow! The needle bit my finger.
Over here, nursing a pricked finger, we have Sheena Mayuri, a 16-year-old high school student, if you can believe it. I've known her since we were both small. She's also an otaku. Nowhere near Daru's level, though. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costumes at her usual leisurely pace. Why does the future gadget laboratory need costumes for women? It doesn't. The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless.
Wow.
Still, there's no way I would ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the future gadget laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring, she said to me,
Mayuri is Okarin's hostage. I belong here.
Well, that certainly was cryptic. But her offer was my salvation. For she was the first to join me on my magnificent quest. She saved me from a solitary life on the run from the organization. I will never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful. Her being here is enough.
So, did Alpaca Man say anything?
Nope, nothing. The human-faced alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive. So unresponsive you'd think the game was bugged. Whatever, I give up. Never again will I play this boring game. Damn antisocial alpaca! I curse his name and smack the TV. As soon as I do. The TV makes a sound like it's shorted, and then the screen goes blank. I change the channel. Nothing. Check the power cable. Nothing. Whack it again. Nothing. I guess it's broken. Damn. This crummy TV is on lease from the Braun tube workshop downstairs. It's probably just old.
You made Mr. Alpaca angry.
Damn. I'll have to get it repaired later. I turn off the TV and lie down on the couch. I'm fed up with the humidity of Japanese summers. I stare at a conspicuous stain on the ceiling while fanning myself. I close my eyes, and what naturally comes to mind is that impossible scene I saw an hour ago. They're gone. As I left Radhikan, everyone vanished before my eyes. I can't explain it. And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores, gone. In the restaurants, gone. Even the cars vanished, drivers and all. And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. I could still hear the music from the stores, but those catchy melodies were the only sounds of life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless, until...
What's wrong?
Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right there, looking at me with questioning eyes. Everyone disappeared just now, right?
Huh?
You saw it too, right? Just now, before our very eyes. Panic took hold as the enormity of what had just happened struck me. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulders and shook her. Did you see it, Mayuri? You saw it, right?
Huh?
Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from my shaking.
I didn't see anything.
You didn't? I stopped shaking her and looked straight into her eyes. She returned my gaze with eyes clear as glass marbles. You saw nothing? Nothing at all? There were people here a second ago, weren't there?
There were?
Even the store employees are gone. That's impossible by any measure.
Of course they are.
Her reply didn't make sense. Any sense.
It was like this when we got here. Oh, I know. You're seeing things, aren't you? I'm sure it's because of the heat. Da-da-da.
How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight. The scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radikan, where I had been just a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine, like some kind of satellite, embedded in the roof of the building where, not 5 minutes before, I had found Marquise Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Marquise Kurisu might still be in that dark, narrow passageway, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was, what the hell is that satellite doing there? Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building shook like a bomb had exploded. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it, someone had placed a satellite-like machine, shrouded in smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on the rooftop. But that's not what I was seeing now. This satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere. Somehow. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The real question was, when did that happen? Mayuri, about that satellite.
Yep. What a surprise, huh?
What do you mean? What was the surprise?
It made a huge kaplow sound.
A huge kaplow? It certainly did make a sound, but I don't think it was kaplow. I'd say it was more like zzz. Did that satellite fall out of the sky?
Did it? Do you think any aliens were on board?
Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all? Laurel, you could be the policeman.
Okay. Hey, Zoto!
It's Daru's father. Just then, a uniformed policeman ran up to us, his expression stern.
What do you think you're doing here? This area's off limits. You have to leave.
We're sorry.
First, my good man, let's call you Officer A. I have one question.
Officer A?
Thousands of people just vanished. You saw it too, didn't you?
What are you talking about? Get out of here!
I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell him about Marquise Kurisu and get him to call an ambulance, but before I could...
Look, I don't have time for your nonsense.
The policeman took me by the upper arm and said,
No one got stabbed at Radikan.
What? How could he say that with such certainty? While I was still trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcefully led us away. We were escorted to the UPX and released. I suppose...
Fictional. A major building in Akihabara.
Yeah. A fictional building. There were people at UPX like usual. Actually, there were far more people than usual. The place was packed. Just as Officer A had said, Chuo Dori had been blockaded by police, so nobody could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. And that brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? I check online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radikan. All of the major stations in Tokyo, even To 2 TV, are running special bulletins about it.
Fictional. A television network based in Tokyo. TOTV airs more anime than other commercial television networks, making it a favorite among otaku. When a major news story breaks in Tokyo, most stations interrupt regular programming to deliver a special bulletin. TOTV is the exception, which has given rise to the joke, if TOTV cuts to a special bulletin, the apocalypse is nigh.
So not a good one to watch if there's a storm warning. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but Chuodori is still closed off. Akihabara Station is jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of thousands of people from Akiba's streets, nor about Makis Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery? I see. So that's it! From the sofa I spring to my feet, a wide grin on my face. Daru and Mayuri turn and stare. This is all an elaborate cover-up by the organization. Their influence has corrupted local law enforcement, which means our entire government may already be under their control. My God! But they underestimated me, for I am not so easily played. One day I will expose their deeds and put an end to their reign. Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. Pepper, my favorite soda, from the fridge. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice-cold drinks are essential. Ah, Elixir Intellectualis, a drink fit for a genius.
Oh, it's better.
What he really loves is Dr. P.
Dr. Pepper, Mayuri. We won't let the organization censor us. I pity the man who knows not the greatness of this beverage. Muahahaha. Step through the curtain dividing its center, and you'll enter the heart of the future gadget laboratory, the development room. Just as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it is strictly off-limit to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap. I would much rather have an airlock than a curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. I poke Daru and bid him follow me into the development room. All of the windows here are weather-stripped with packing tape, so it's dim. And hot, almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that's lazily draped on the chair and put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room, for practical reasons as well as symbolic ones. Daru, however, refuses to wear his. Putting it on and taking it off is apparently too much trouble for him. He can't be bothered to do anything that doesn't interest him. It's men like him who give our generation a bad name. His lab coat, purchased from my own pocket money I might add, just sits on the shelf. It's never been worn, and probably never will be. Daru, is the plan progressing smoothly?
What plan?
Daru gives me a blank look. I sigh, and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It's significantly larger than newer home models. Assistant, tell us what a microwave oven is.
A cooking appliance which heats food by bombarding it with microwaves. Originally called the radar range. Radar range?
Radar range?
Reader. The R. The microwave was invented when a radar technician accidentally discovered that electromagnetic waves could warm food. Afterwards, research continued, and the consumer appliance version was launched in America in 1947. It emits electromagnetic waves at a frequency of 2.5 gigahertz. I assume that's gigahertz.
That sounds correct.
This is a special frequency known as ISM band, which is also used by wireless LAN devices. Consumer-grade output is around 500 to 1,000 watts, and commercial-grade output is around 1,500 to 2,000 watts.
Yes, McDonald's uses those bigger ones. They don't actually cook the food. The plan, as in the plan. Obviously, I'm talking about perfecting gadget number 8.
Oh, that. How was I supposed to know that's what you meant?
We've known each other for what? 3 years now? We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond, like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months, though.
We were in different classes junior year, and we didn't talk at all, so 2 years.
Details. The point is, we've known each other a long time. I expect you to keep up with me here.
Nope.
Awkward silence. Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparations and other important sounding stuff, but no one knows what it means except us. Shot down again. So, are we any closer to figuring out what's wrong with gadget number 8?
Not yet.
So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Man, the lab's primary goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization that rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make. But along the way, we have managed to create some ingenious, futurish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It is a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity.
The ability to discover something valuable when looking for something else. The microwave oven was born through serendipity.
Allow me to introduce our glorious future gadgets. Gadget number 1, the Bit Particle Gun.
Future gadget number 1. The very first future gadget, a toy ray gun with a TV remote jammed inside. You can change the channels by pointing it at the TV and pulling the trigger. However, the only supported button is Channel Plus. No other buttons, like volume, are usable. To turn the TV on, you must manually flip the switch on the TV. Its name is a reference to the classic Japanese robot anime, Mobile Jacket Gundam.
Definitely not Mobile Suit Gundam at all. And it's very useful, even though you can only use one button on the remote. Gadget number 2, the Bamboo Helicam.
Future gadget number 2. A CCD camera mounted to a bamboo toy helicopter. The camera is attached to the helicopter's fulcrum, allowing it to record aerial footage unpowered. However, the image is rotating at a high speed, so you might get dizzy if you keep looking at it. The name originates from the sci-fi manga 22 Imon.
That one I don't know. Gadget number 3. Could this be Orda Orda?
It's future gadget number 3, a lie detector based on thumb perspiration. Though it might be more appropriate to call it a sweat detector. You have to admit, it's a pretty clever invention. Its name is a reference to the classic manga, Juju's Bizarre Adventure.
Specifically, part 5.
Could this be a JoJo reference?
Is it a Sticky Fingers reference?
Sticky Fingers. Gadget number 4, Moad Snake.
Future gadget number 4, an instant super humidifier. Uses electric heating coils to quickly boil a large volume of water. This generates enough steam to fill a room of 12 square meters, though it can only be operated continuously for a few seconds. It looks like a Claymore landmine, which appeals to military otaku. Its name is a reference to the stealth action game Metal Moa.
Solid Rising. Just
I love Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid. The great. Gadget number 5. Once again, I've made a worthless object by Goemon.
Future gadget number 5. Created by combining a dryer and a vacuum. The dryer is operated using the exhaust of the vacuum. Its name is a reference to the popular anime Lupants III.
The ever popular Lupants, not Lupin. Gadget number 6. The Sialoom Saber.
Future gadget number 6. A red chemical glow stick with a handle attached, allowing one to grip it like a sword. Made possible not just with future gadget laboratory hardware, but also with chemical knowledge. Inspired by Spark Wars, a series of epic sci-fi movies.
Definitely not as good as Star Wars, but serviceable. Gadget number 7. Ghost in the Ball.
Oh my god. Future gadget number 7. A gadget created by arranging 12 6-inch CRT monitors in a sphere. Small CMOS cameras are installed in the gaps between the monitors, each connected to the monitor on the opposite side of the sphere. This attempt at practical optical camouflage is the greatest masterpiece among the completed future gadgets, but its sheer size makes it difficult to store. Its name is derived from the sci-fi manga Ghost in the Husk, which has an anime adaptation.
Definitely not Ghost in the Shell. They can all be seen on the website Daru made, so feast your eyes upon the product of a mad scientist genius. Just go to
Is that website real?
futuregadget-lab.com. Only one way to find out, of course. Let's see. Future gadget
lab.com/.
lab.com/
It is real.
It is. Except we have
Hey.
way more than 328 hits. Now we have 300 wait hundreds 100,000 225,485,558 hits.
Oh, damn.
Looks like all the views on our videos combined in one area. Our website is more popular than our videos, I suppose. Anyway, our current problem is future gadget number 8, the phone wave, name subject to change. Phone wave is a pretty weak name, so I've added name subject to change to the end until we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. When a future gadget is completed, the three of us discuss what to name it. I prefer names based on mythology, or names with hidden meanings that need extra explanation to understand. Daru thinks my naming style is too ridiculous. He just doesn't have a passion for words like I do. Mayuri can't be bothered to remember difficult names. She says they don't fit in her head. And so, our opinions on gadget names are always split. But I digress. The phone wave name subject to change is In short, a remote-controlled microwave. You put food into the microwave before you leave. Then on your way back, call the attached cell phone to start the heating process. Voila! Hot food ready for your arrival. So, it's basically a piece of junk. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the phone wave, named Subject to Change, has a second, unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy, Mayuri, had made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1, as usual, when the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than when she put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. Since then, Daru and I have been searching for the cause.
We tried copying what Mayushi did, but we just can't reproduce the freezing phenomenon. And we tried to freeze a banana. It turned out really weird. I just don't get it.
Daru, now looking completely fed up with the heat, starts fanning himself with his shirt. I know what he means by really weird. Let's see if we can't make it happen again. Mayuri! Mayuri! Bring forth the bananas!
Are you gonna turn them into gel bananas again?
That's been bugging me, Mayushi. Can you stop calling them gel bananas?
But gel bananas are gel bananas.
I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch into the phone wave, named Subject to Change.
Why do you have to use the whole bunch? It's a waste of food.
Your stinginess could cost us the battle with the organization.
That's fine with me. Mayushi is always buying the bananas, and now Mayushi can't eat a single one.
Next time, we'll only do one banana. But I already put the whole bunch in, so I ignore her hungry complaints. The phone wave, named Subject to Change, is simple to use. It's a microwave with a phone taped on. The number is already in my address book. I just need to call the phone wave. Now, where did I put my phone? I checked my pants and coat pockets. Now, where did I put my phone? Let's see. Ah, there it is. All right. Call the phone wave. I'm connected. And this is Mayuri's voice.
Hello, this is the phone wave named Subject to Change.
This is the voice of Mayushi Guidance, the system Daru programmed to operate the phone wave.
Do you hear Mayushi's voice?
Be quiet. I'm trying to listen.
You can operate the timer from this menu. After pushing the hashtag button, please enter the heating time in seconds. For example, press hashtag 60 for 1 minute. For 2 minutes, please press hashtag 120.
Entering the command properly will cause the phone wave named Subject to Change to function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter 120 hashtag. 120 hashtag. That should do it. This method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process. The phone wave named Subject to Change comes to life. The turntable begins to rotate.
Nice turntable, right? It's even spinning backwards.
Backwards? I never noticed that. That might have serious implications. If we look at quantum critical behavior driven by Hund's rule.
The rule governing the placement of an atom's electrons. Orbitals of the same energy are each filled with one electron of the same spin before any are filled with a second. Also known as Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity.
Yeah, no.
Not Hund's rule?
No.
Okay. The three of us wait and stare at the spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave chimes. Mayuri takes the bananas out.
Gelabanas are ready.
The bananas have become not bananas. Gelatinous blobs coated with a thin membrane. After Mayuri discovered that the phone wave named Subject to Change had a freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. This is what happened. It just gets more confusing each time. Daru, you wouldn't mind eating one of these, would you? Of course you wouldn't. It's for science. Your sacrifice will forever be remembered.
They look really nasty.
The taste doesn't matter. What matters is that you eat it. So come on, Daru. No need to be shy. Break a leg or a stomach and go for it.
No way.
Fine. Mayuri, the honor shall be yours. Go ahead and eat it, Mayuri.
But gelabanas are all gloopy, droopy, soft, and squishy.
Wait, she already tried one?
It had no flavor and wasn't tasty at all.
Gloopy, droopy, soft and squishy. Daru, what do you think?
Soft and squishy bananas. Huh. Soft and squishy banana. Mayushi, say, your bananas are soft and squishy for me. Maybe don't do that.
Daru-kun, your nose is bleeding.
Please just say it.
You 4-channeler.
Your bananas all soft and...
Don't make her say that, you perv! Daru retreats after I hit him with the tissue box. Mayuri looks at us with an innocent smile. She doesn't get it, obviously. Anyway. They're gelatinous, a semi-solid state of matter. In other words, there is a possibility that the intermolecular bonds were weakened. What could have partially liquefied the bananas? I've got it! I turn to the whiteboard and write freezing in the middle. Then I cross it out and slap the board with my hand. What we thought was a freezing function is actually something else. A bold statement, if I do say so myself. So, why isn't anyone surprised? Now's the time to shout, what you say? Come on, don't be shy. Their reactions are pathetically weak. Mayuri probably didn't even understand half of what I said.
We already knew that.
Oh.
The problem is we don't know what it is doing, or why it's doing it.
If it's the opposite of freezing, then it couldn't be thawing them?
What a silly question, Mayuri. What you're describing is just a normal microwave.
Then what is it?
We don't know, and that's the problem.
He's right. To be honest, I haven't a clue. In any case, there's nothing we can do about it now. It's time for Daru and I to head to Daibiro. Daibiro? I don't know.
Fictional. A skyscraper with offices and commerce center that opened alongside UPX in 2003. Connected to UPS by overpass.
There's going to be a seminar at ATF, and we have to be there. It's part of our studies at Tokyo Denki University.
Fictional. Short for Akihabara Techno Forum. Meeting hall located inside Daibiru. Several universities and research institutions hold special seminars here.
Summer credits, basically. We have to attend the seminar and write a report. Come to think of it, what's today's seminar about again? But wait, my phone is going off. I've got mail from Mayuri.
You know, I'm really sad about dropping my Oompa. It's worse than last year when I missed buying Fatty Girl Froggy.
Let's reply to this one. I feel your pain. That thing was worth a fortune. Our precious research funds. And that's someone. The circle is the head, the R is the arm, and the Z is the legs. I never knew that.
Really?
Yeah, so it's somebody on all fours going like, ugh. I never knew that's what it was.
I don't know about that.
That's how they explained it in
I thought it was just like a random phrase.
Right? But no, it's, I mean, that's what the fan translation of this game explained. Maybe this version will explain it too, but I learned it from this game. Because I always thought it was just oars. I was like, I don't know what that means. But now I do. Come to think of it, what's today's seminar about again? I looked it up before the summer holiday began. I should have written it down. A female reporter. Who wants to do it?
Sure. Behind me is the large, unidentified object that crashed into a building near Akihabara Station. The building is under police barricade. No one is allowed to approach, but from a distance. The object appears to be some kind of satellite.
As we cross the overpass that connects UPX and Daibiru, I look down to see a huge crowd of people moving through the plaza. There are even some garishly dressed young men and women, the sort you don't usually see around Akiba. Everyone is walking towards the main street, which is still cordoned off. Daru, aren't you going to check out Radikan?
No point. I can't get close. I've been following the news online though. There's already 100 threads about it on that's huge, man.
Oh, so that's why he was staring at his phone earlier. We enter Daibiru and take the elevator to the 5th floor, ATF Assembly Hall.
And you know that is she, I'm alive.
Unlike the lab, Daibiru is air conditioning. Yet another reason for our diligent participation in the seminar. About the phone wave name subject to change, I might have found our answer.
You know, that name subject to change thing is really annoying.
I won't give in that easily. Even if no other lab members use name subject to change, I will carry on until the day we decide its true name. Now is not the time.
So, what's your latest ridiculous theory?
What do you mean ridiculous? My genius brain considers every possibility, even those a lesser mind would say break the laws of nature. Don't you dare call that ridiculous.
So basically, you're just pulling stuff out of your ass. You don't call that science.
Daru, I have a hunch that the phone wave name subject to change may be the key to opening Steins' gate. How's that?
Steins, what? You lost me back at ridiculous, man.
Oh. A chime signals our arrival on the 5th floor. The elevator doors open slowly. As we step out of the elevator... Assistant!
Oh, that's me.
I bump into someone. I quickly grab the person's shoulder to keep them from falling.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
What? Dun dun dun. It's a girl. And I recognize her. You... Impossible. Chills run down my spine. I stare at her face in disbelief. I saw this girl just 3 hours ago. Marquise Kurisu.
Is there something wrong?
Kurisu frowns and tries to back away. But I don't let go of her shoulder. My grip tightens.
Oh,
You should be dead. Why are you here? And you're even... There isn't a single bloodstain on her clothes, and they're the same ones she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. Yet, as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured. Not a scratch.
hey, that hurts. Let me go.
Kurisu pushes me away. Then she shoots me a wary glare. I realize that I'm gaping in disbelief.
What's wrong with you?
You're okay? But that's impossible! Someone stabbed you! I saw you lying in a pool of blood!
Hannah.
Daru interrupts. Wait, there's something strange about what he just said. What do you mean again?
I mean, you sent me that email like a week ago, right?
I sent you an email? Don't be ridiculous! I saw her dead just 3 hours ago!
Hey, could you not talk about me like that? I'm perfectly fine.
You know, that message was kind of weird. It was dated a week after I got it, which means it came from the future.
It came from the future?
That sounds like something you'd read on the internet, Daru. It's rare for you to talk about ridiculous theories.
No, the date was definitely a week later. Came from, the 28th. Oh, wait, that's today.
Daru pulls out his phone and shows it to me. He's right. The email was sent from my phone.
Someone stab.
He received it on July 21st at 12:56. But it was sent on July 28th at 12:54. It was split into 3 mails. Someone stab. Bed Marquise K. Urisu. Don't. Why did I send such a short message in 3 parts? And it looks like the third email got cut off. I do recognize the content, though. This is the email I sent you 3 hours ago. But I sent 1 mail, not 3. And there shouldn't be more text. There should be more text. Did Daru really get this a week ago?
Interesting.
Suddenly, Kurisu is standing next to me, peering intently at the screen of Daru's phone. Oh, right. The email's not important. Well, maybe it is, but not right now. The real question is why she's still alive. Is she an illusion? No. An evil spirit? Am I haunted? I don't believe in such unscientific drivel. I am a mad scientist. I timidly reach out to Kurisu's face. My fingertips stroke her hair. Feels silky. Quite the cuticles. Substance. She has substance. Of course she's not a ghost. How silly of me.
Gertie, I don't think that's a good idea.
I poke Kurisu's cheeks with my fingers. Such softness. Dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I've ever touched one.
Hey.
Wait a minute. We already touched when I bumped into her coming out of the elevator. I even grabbed her shoulders before being pushed away. And I still doubted that she had substance? That's just proof of how confused I am. If she's alive, then what did I see back at Radhi Khan? What was that scream I heard? Were they hallucinations? Just like the mass disappearance? That's right, she was stabbed. Maybe she's just hiding her wounds. This requires further investigation. I grab the hem of her blouse and slowly lift it.
Are you trying to get yourself arrested?
I just want to know the truth. I stare straight back at Kurisu as she trembles with anger and lift her blouse a little higher.
What truth, you perv? You
Oh.
wanna die?
She pushes my hand away. Luis Chan's... Oh, that's you, Daru.
Oh. Luis Chan's famous line for the win!
Why do I have to read this for you perv?
The familiar of 10, a tsundere. Her voice actress is the queen of tsundere, Sugi Miyari, nicknamed Sugio.
There you go, assistant. Daru did it instead.
I got excited.
Like one of your 2D wives, no doubt.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
Is there romance in this game?
Yes, there is, Daru. And we will do every single route because it's very easy. But most of the routes are, well, you'll see. Daru shouts something silly, but I ignore him and press Kurisu. I know what I saw.
No way! Did you just see my underwear?
Kurisu's face turns bright red. She firmly pulls her blouse down. No, you fool! Not that! Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, someone killed Marquise Kurisu and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explained everything that I saw.
Wait, Dr. Nakabachi?
What are you talking about, Okarine? Dr. Nakabachi's presentation was cancelled. After the bomb?
Cancelled? Bomb? What are you talking about?
Yeah, because of the satellite crash.
Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching. It's the same thing that happened right after I saw the mass disappearance. Mayuri's story didn't match mine. I need to know. Am I caught in some sinister plot? Is this another organization conspiracy?
Excuse me,
My name is Hyoin Kyoma.
Really, man? You're hopeless.
Okay, Hoin-san. I'd like to hear your story in more detail.
And I'd like to hear more about Japanese honorifics.
Japanese employs a system of name suffixes that define the speaker's relationship to a addressee. The common honorifics are as follows. San, the most common honorific, used with strangers, people of equal status, and in general whenever one needs to be polite. When used after the given name Kyoma-san, it indicates a closer relationship. Kun, a formal name suffix generally used for male friends or male subordinates, also used by males toward female subordinates in professional environments. Chan, a diminutive suffix that indicates high affection, usually used for small children, young girls, or between close female friends. Tan, an even more diminutive version of the chan suffix, most often used for fictional characters, especially anthropomorphizations for added cuteness. Shi, a literary honorific generally used by formal publications such as newspapers. Some otaku, such as Daru, use shi regularly.
Well done, Christina-chan. Looks like she finally understands I'm not lying. But I still don't understand why my memories don't match everyone else's. I doubt that I can give her a good explanation. Just then, an older man steps out of the assembly hall. Who wants...
Maki-san, it's almost time. Huh? Oh, right. Thank you.
Kurisu glances at me one more time, then sighs and heads towards the small conference room.
We should go too.
You're right, Daru. I mean, go where?
To hear the lecture? Duh.
Ah, that. Yes. Daru follows after Kurisu. Did she come to attend the lecture too? Strange. Why would the girl genius Marquise Kurisu need to attend a lecture like this? Okay, my guess was a bit off. The girl genius didn't come to attend the lecture.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming to hear me speak today.
She's the one giving the lecture. Japan's famous girl genius, Marquise Kurisu, who had her thesis published at the tender age of 17. According to Daru, she turned 18 a few days ago. Of course he would know that. I first heard about her when Daru pointed her out in a gossip magazine article. That's when he told me that she was going to be a guest at ATF. I'd forgotten all about it.
It's my first time giving a lecture like this, so please forgive me if I'm a little nervous.
The audience is pretty mixed. It's mostly students like us, but there are also a couple of professors. And Kurisu just gave me a sharp look. What did I do? When I return her stare, she quickly averts her eyes. I don't care if she's a genius or whatever. I still don't like her. She may have these people fooled with her timid girl act, but I learned at Radikan how cunning and aggressive she really is. Even if her murder was some kind of hallucination, my judgment of her character is still correct.
For today's lecture, I've been asked to speak on the subject of time travel. It's not really my area of expertise, but I'll try my best.
Time travel? Ho ho!
Let me start by saying that time travel is an absurd concept.
Objection!
Huh?
Every member of the audience, not just Kurisu, is startled by my interruption. Perhaps I'm being slightly rude here, but I'm not one to just sit and listen to some genius girl's drivel. It's presumptuous for you to claim that time travel is absurd.
Great, magnificent fool.
Sitting at my side, Daru throws me a small salute. ATF staff are approaching, probably to kick me out. Perhaps I got too carried away.
Okay. It's fine, I guess. It'll be easier to talk in a discussion format.
Thanks to her proposal, the event staff refrained from escorting me out. She sounds a little pissed, but let's not mind that.
But before that, please listen to my thoughts on the subject. Scientists have proposed many theoretical methods of time travel, but there are 11 in particular that bear mentioning.
What are the major theories of time travel? I have heard about the cosmic string theory, at least.
Neutron star theory, black hole theory, light speed theory, tachyon theory, wormhole theory, exotic matter theory, cosmic string theory, quantum gravity theory, cesium laser theory, elementary particle ring and laser theory, Dirac antiparticle theory.
Not bad. Perhaps Marquise Kadisu is a worthy rival after all.
However, all of these models are purely theoretical. Some of them even contradict each other.
Well, what if someone comes up with a 12th model?
Right. Well, it could be contradicted by the 13th model, now couldn't it?
Damn! She twisted my question and used it against me. Touché, genius girl. Suddenly, I feel eyes on me. Some puffed-up professors are giving me hard looks from across the room. Maybe I got too carried away. I don't want to risk losing my credits. I should back off for now.
By the way, time travel to the future is available to us right now, according to Einstein's special theory of relativity.
That's a musical.
Theory of relativity.
Gosh, I had to yap more.
Yep. Daru, time to take a nap while Christina yaps.
No! Refers to both Einstein's special theory of relativity published in 1905 and his general theory of relativity published in 1916. Represented by the famous equation E equals mc squared, the special theory of relativity is defined by the following axioms. Objects cannot travel faster than the speed of light. As velocity approaches the speed of light, the passage of time approaches zero. As velocity approaches the speed of light, length approaches zero. As velocity approaches the speed of light, mass approaches infinity. The general theory of relativity adds the following axioms. In the presence of large gravitational fields, the passage of time slows down. In the presence of large gravitational fields, space curves. In the presence of large gravitational fields, mass increases.
Keeping up, Daru?
Sure.
For example, let's say someone were to go to the Haneda airport and board a plane headed to Okinawa. Upon arrival, that person would be about 100 millionth of a second farther into the future than I am.
What does that mean?
According to the special theory of relativity, time moves slower for objects as they approach the speed of light. For example, if you could run at near the speed of light, you could reach a point where time only moves half as fast for you. If you were to keep running at that speed for 24 hours, 48 hours would elapse in the rest of the world, meaning you would jump one day into the future. Understand, Hoin Kyoma?
Gah! Why are you singling me out? I'm doing my best to hold back, but it looks like Marquise Kadisu wants to pick a fight. I wish that she hadn't said that name in front of so many people. It's too great a risk to let others know my true name. Laurel, do you want to voice all the side characters for this part?
Sure. But that's not really time travel, is it?
It's the owner of the mackerel shop. His wife. Now Professor Conley makes an objection. True, Marquise Karisu's example isn't strictly time travel, per se. But I never expected an older man, a professor at that, to refute an 18-year-old girl. How rude. Maybe he's just testing the genius girl's resilience.
Yes, you're right.
The genius girl readily concedes the point. If she were a normal 18-year-old, it would be impossible for her to be this calm in front of all these people, unless she was an actor. A normal 18-year-old would panic when refuted by such a distinguished-looking professor. And yet, Marquise Karisu's giving off an aura of gutsiness that says, I can take this guy on.
And what are you going to the past?
Going to the past is possible right now. Take a look at the sky at night. You can see light from tens of thousands of years ago, can't you?
Time travel either.
This time, it's a nearby student who objects.
Well, I was just getting started.
Was it just me, or did Karisu look a little nervous just now?
Let's say we wanted to make a machine that could physically transport people through time. What would we need? The best candidates for this are comic strings and wormholes. A cosmic string is a string-shaped crevice with extreme mass.
A string-shaped crevice? That must be how they enter our universe. But do cosmic strings really exist?
The crevice is about as wide as an elementary particle and at least as long as the diameter of a galaxy. The smallest unit of matter. However, the definition of what constitutes an elementary particle is unclear. Certain elementary particles have a corresponding antiparticle with opposite charge. It has immense mass, so it distorts space-time. If you were to travel through that distortion, you can make a full circle around the string in less than 360 degrees. In short, you can do something resembling a warp. This is called a space-time angular deficit. When you pass through an area of angular deficit, transit time becomes 0. Now we apply this to a cosmic string moving at near light speed. According to the special theory of relativity, time will flow slower for the cosmic string in relation to its surroundings. Therefore, passing through the area of angular deficit will cause the transit time to become negative instead of 0. In other words, you will arrive in the past after transit. If you use 2 cosmic strings, you can do a space deficit jump. If you loop back to your original location, you can return to the same time you started revolving. And that, roughly speaking, is time travel by the means of cosmic strings. By the way, just so nobody misunderstands, cosmic strings are not the same as superstrings. In physics, the theory that all matter in the universe is composed of strings, the vibrations of which manifest as the elementary particles. This theory, which posits 11 dimensions, is currently impossible to prove experimentally. However, it is said that if this theory is proven, it will explain all phenomena from the birth and scope of the universe on the macro level to elementary particles like quarks on the micro level. Now then, you need 3 things in order to travel to the past with cosmic strings. First, the cosmic strings themselves. 2 strings, to be exact. By the way, they are hypothesized to exist only where the universe was first formed, so they might be a little hard to find. Second, you would need the energy required to make them move at near light speed. How much energy do you think you need to accelerate something as long as the Milky Way to near the speed of light? I'm pretty sure it's a little more than 1.2 gigawatts. Originates from a 1980s trilogy of Hollywood movies about time machines and time paradoxes. In the first movie, the inventor of the time machine said that it needed 1.21 gigawatts of power to travel through time. In reality, the unit gigawatt does not exist. The scriptwriter made a spelling mistake. The correct unit is gigawatt.
Good old Back to the Future movie trilogy. This earns a few chuckles from the audience.
Third, you need a spaceship capable of reaching these cosmic strings and returning. With a time traveler alive, of course. What do you think, Hoin-san? Care to take on the challenge of cosmic string time travel?
Like that's even possible. And why the hell is she addressing me? I wasn't even the one who jeered this time.
Looks like Hoin-san doesn't want to take the challenge. In that case, let's consider wormholes. They may be a little more realistic than cosmic strings. By the way, Hoin-san, do you know what wormholes are?
No, don't ask me. I'm trying to hold back here. Since I've been challenged, though, I can't leave the question unanswered. It's like a shortcut through space, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Phew. I got it right. I sigh inwardly in relief.
There are two wormholes joined by a tunnel. No matter how far away the wormholes are, transit time through the tunnel is 0. But, oh no, there's a problem. The wormhole tunnel suffers from supergravity and collapses as soon as it opens. So we need something to negate the effect of gravity. So-called exotic matter, a substance with negative mass which repulses other matter.
Negative mass, huh? Is it something that floats if you leave it on the ground? Maybe not. I can't even begin to imagine what it would be like. Karisu raises her right fist.
See that the wormhole tunnel is being squished by an invisible fist. In order to pass through, you need something that could oppose my fist grasping force so that I can't squish anymore.
Karisu opens her fist.
If you stabilize the tunnel with exotic matter injection, instantaneous travel between wormholes becomes possible. To travel through time, however, takes a little more effort. For example, let's say there's a wormhole entrance here in Akihabara, and the exit is in Los Angeles. First, we send the wormhole in LA all the way to the end of the universe at near the speed of light. And once it's there, we yank it back to LA.
How?
According to the special theory of relativity, time slows down for objects moving at the speed of light, meaning the hole that returned to LA would be further in the past than the Akihabara hole. So now, if Hoin-san jumped into the wormhole, he'd arrive in LA several years before he left. However, this still can't be called true time travel. It only seems that way. This is called the Urashima effect. In special relativity, a phenomenon originating from the fact that time slows down as an object approaches the speed of light. For example, imagine that an astronaut travels to a nearby star and back at close to the speed of light. This trip might take a few years from the astronaut's perspective, but he would return to Earth to find that thousands of years had passed in his absence.
That's just the plot of the movie Lightyear. Not that that existed back now.
The important part is to return to Akihabara from LA through the wormhole once more, since the transit time is 0. Coins then will return to Akihabara several years later. Several years in the past. Time travel complete. A prerequisite for wormhole travel are simpler than the ones for cosmic string travel. First, the wormhole itself. They may exist somewhere in the universe, but nobody has ever seen one. Second, the energy required to move a wormhole to the end of the universe and back at near light speed. Third, exotic matter, which, by the way, has not been confirmed to exist.
So, implementation of either one would require a ridiculous amount of effort.
Now do you see what I meant when I said that time travel is an absurd concept? Time travel theories are all just thought experiments. Not one of them can create a viable time machine. That is my answer.
Isn't there anything simpler? Like something you can pull out of a drawer and just use or something?
I'm afraid not.
A firm declaration.
This is the limit of modern physics. I can't say how it might change in 10 years, though. Besides, even if someone did overcome the logistical requirements, there may be other factors that prevent time travel from working. And that's because fundamental problems concerning the principle of causality have not yet been solved. A scientific and philosophical principle that states that every event has a cause, and it is by that cause that an effect is produced. The theory of relativity is founded upon this principle. However, quantum physicists have observed microscale phenomena that do not appear to obey the principle of causality.
You mean time paradoxes and conservation of mass. The mass of the entire universe is constant. If a time machine traveled from the future to the past, there would suddenly be the extra mass of the time machine and its pilot in the past. I remember reading in a book, not a terribly reputable book, but still, that such a violation of mass conservation would put the universe in danger. It didn't say what kind of danger, though.
If you think that the conservation of mass applies to macro systems like the universe or microsystems like atoms or elementary particles, you're mistaken.
What? Is that true?
Heh.
Ah, she's laughing at my reaction. That little... Gah, how mortifying. Hopefully Daru didn't notice.
Conservation of mass only applies to chemical reactions. It doesn't hold in modern physics at all. Something can come from nothing.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Then, what's the problem?
The time paradox of time paradoxes. In other words, the grandfather paradox.
Hey, I know this one.
Yo, that thing where you kill your own ancestors before you were born?
As long as this paradox goes unsolved, time travel can never be realized. Never.
What if you just don't kill them?
You can't think they're like a sci-fi movie. It's not just about your family tree. There are far greater dangers than that.
Really? It doesn't seem that dangerous.
Any paradox, no matter how small, would cause the total collapse of causality, relativity, and every other physical law in existence. Paradoxes are nothing more than thought experiments. They cannot occur in reality, and they should not. Nothing that has even a 0.0000001% chance of causing a paradox can happen. The universe won't allow it. Wouldn't you say that this is the logical conclusion? There may be loopholes, like parallel worlds or the self-consistency principle, but those seem too much like fantasy for me to accept.
Gah. I grind my teeth. When I see Marquise Kurisu looking at me with her composed expression, I avert my eyes. Looks like I have no choice but to concede. Marquise Kurisu truly is a genius. I ended up listening to all of Kurisu's lecture at ATF. I think Daru fell asleep. After the two time travel theories she introduced at the beginning, she explained the rest with equal eloquence. She seemed a little nervous at first, but that quickly changed as she spoke. By the end, it was an impressive lecture, so impressive that you wouldn't think it was an 18-year-old's first time. She did well to respond to my malicious questions with sarcasm. She's got guts. Wait, why am I praising her? Leaving that aside, I saw Marquise Kurisu dead, and yet she is alive. My memories don't mesh with reality. And not just about Kurisu. My conversations with Daru and Mayuri didn't make sense either. Everything would be solved if I just told myself that what I saw was a dream, an illusion. It never happened. But never say never. This leaves me with no choice. After parting ways with Daru at ATF, I head to Yanabayashi Shrine. I need to get exorcised by Laurel's next character. I seriously doubt that the Marquise Kurisu at ATF was a ghost. Regardless, it's natural to seek an exorcism after such an experience. I'm Japanese. It's in our blood. Yanabayashi Shrine is located on the other side of Kanda River. To find it, enter the first side road after crossing Manseibashi Bridge. It's a very small shrine that doesn't fit with the surrounding multi-tenant buildings. Kanda Myojin is the more famous shrine in Akiba, but I deliberately chose this one. The shrine is so small, you could easily miss it if you weren't looking. Regardless, I can hear the chirping of cicadas from the few trees growing here. Oh, Mayuri. How did she beat me here?
Skill.
I guess she was just faster. Unfortunately, the assistant seems to have disappeared after that lecture. Oh well.
It's okay.
There are two girls standing in front of the main building. One of them is Mayuri. The other is a docile-looking beauty in traditional Miko attire.
Why does it always pop up when I go to get something? Shrine maidens, priestesses in the Shinto religion. Miko typically dress in a white kimono with a red hakama or skirt. Their role is to assist priests with performing rituals and events.
There's assistant. Went to go get Dr. Pepper, I'm sure.
How'd you know?
Because I did it too, but I was faster. Urushibata Luka. A stunning example of feminine charm and grace. Lips delicate, like cherry blossoms in bloom. The essence of Japanese beauty. The chief priest's son. That's right, son.
Oh.
Lovely in every way, but he's a guy.
Could be trans, who knows? Good afternoon, Okabe-san.
I was too big brain for 2009 when this came out. He bows his head. The voice of a girl. The mannerisms of a girl. More feminine than any girl I know. But he's a guy. Taller than Mayuri. Yet oh so slender. But he's a guy. Looks stunning in Miko robes.
Do you want her?
But he's a guy. I have to keep reminding myself. Holding a bamboo broom, apparently in the middle of cleaning. But he's a guy. It's almost evening, yet still hot as hell outside. But he's a guy.
How does that relate?
Damn cicadas won't shut up. But he's a guy.
He's a guy.
Uh-huh.
Lukako, that blade I gave you, what happened to it? He's a friend of mine. I call him Lukako. We met when I rescued him from some aggressive photographers in Akiba's pedestrian heaven.
Some neighborhoods of Tokyo, such as Akihabara, close major streets on busy shopping days. This effectively turns the street into one big sidewalk, facilitating pedestrian access.
It also so happens that Lukako and Mayuri are classmates. I learned that fact after I had gotten to know him. Lukako is taken aback by my sharp question. He starts fidgeting with a flushed face and tears in his eyes.
You mean Demon Sword Samedare?
Correct. I bought it for you so you could learn to control your power.
Oh yeah, you bought it at Bladeworks, right? I think you said it cost $9.80.
Shh!
Fictional. One of several stores in Akihabara that sells replica weapons. Items include the Japanese Sengoku period swords, European Middle Age swords, and knight armor.
Unlimited Blade Works. Don't say another word. Any more and they will come to silence you.
They're gonna silence me? Thanks for worrying about me, Okarin. But who are they?
I ignore Mayuri's question. So, Lukako, are you making sure to practice with Samedare like I told you?
Yes. I do practice swings once a day.
As long as you carry it and master the Sesshin Zanma School of Swordsmanship, you can prevent the dark flame inside you from consuming your soul. Demon Sword Samedare may be an imitation sword, but that is only the form it takes to hide from the world. When one worthy to wield it appears, it unleashes its true power. And it was on sale for only 980 yen, tax included.
Thank you, Okabe-san. It was a wonderful present.
My name isn't Okabe.
It's Okarin.
I'm sorry, Kiyama-san.
As long as you understand. Now, speak the words.
Psy Kongroo?
No, not Kongaloo. Kongaroo.
Yes. Psy Kongroo. Did I get it right?
Lukako smiles happily as I nod.
Thank you.
Such a lovely smile. But he's a guy.
Such a beautiful master-disciple relationship. Mayushi's none of the Joshi, but she's getting a little excited.
Mayuri?
What? No.
A term for female otaku with a particular interest in yaoi, or works of fiction that depict homosexual relationships between men. Does not apply to female otaku in general.
Is it possible that Laurel is a fujoshi?
No. No.
Chad, please don't imagine such things.
Jeez. Though we do have a master-disciple relationship, I, Hyoin Kyoma, have gone to great lengths to brainwash, teach, Lukako about the evil conspiracies that rule the world and how to resist them. That stuff about Demon Sword Samadare is part of that training. Looks aside, Lukako is very obedient and hard-working. Plus, he's always eager to learn new things. A master couldn't ask for a better disciple. Though he does have the weaknesses of not catching on too quickly and being too shy. What are you doing here, Mayuri?
I came to see Lukako-kun. Komima's coming up next month, and I wanted to cosplay as Kirari-chan from that Rhinet. But he won't say yes.
Fictional. The heroine of Rainet Kakeru. Her full name is Nishimura Kirari. She is a smart and athletic girl in 5th grade. She is also cute and has a good personality. Basically, the perfect girl. Passionate about fashion. Hates mushrooms.
And the Comic-Con.
Fictional. Comic Giga Market. A massive otaku event held twice a year at Tokyo Big Sight. Every Komima, thousands of artists gather together to sell their creations, which range from erotic manga based on popular anime to original figures, music, and games. The next Komima will be held on August 15th.
That's where I sent...
The one I went to didn't have any of the erotic stuff. Or maybe I just didn't see it. Who knows?
Well, that's good.
I had to go to Komima.
We gotta go to Kamimo. That's where they have the real merch.
But cosplaying, that's just too embarrassing for me.
But I'm sure you'll look great in it. The phrase, "someone's this cute, can't be a girl," is really popular, you know? Come on, make your cosplay debut.
It is an unwritten rule to use this phrase whenever you see someone who looks like a cute girl, but is either of unspecified gender or actually a boy. This expression is also used sarcastically with boyish-looking girls.
I don't think this term would really fly nowadays anymore. I think that's some old internet lingo.
Who's that character from Danganronpa?
One that's...
Which one?
The otaku?
No, like the green one.
Oh, Chihiro?
Chihiro, yeah. That's who this is reminding me of.
Too cute to be a girl.
We should totally play Danganronpa, by the way.
We definitely should. I agree. We can figure out the cast. You can already guess who I want to be.
I wonder.
Definitely not Makoto.
Is it bland protagonist character?
You know it. My favorite. That's why this one's so much fun.
So, Junko Enoshima.
That would be Celeste.
I just want Makoto. Everyone else is fair game. Junko Enoshima, that boring fashion girl. You
A
can
body
have her.
has been discovered.
Who's gonna be
Oh,
the
no.
bear?
Uh-oh.
My hero.
I vote for Laurel.
Oh man.
You could be the bear. Oh, my mind is Monokuma.
Yeah. Sure.
the great Monokuma. Boom. I'll use reading Steiner to see if I can get Danganronpa. Mayuri's hobby is making costumes. She's made at least 30 so far, but it's rare for her to wear one herself. Instead, she seems to get her kicks from seeing other people wear them. And it looks like she's chosen Lukako as her next target. Naturally, the costume Mayuri is currently raving about is for a female character. Normally, I would understand why a man wouldn't want to dress like a girl, but come on, Lukako has no problem wearing Nico robes. Why should cosplay be any different? But whatever. I have business to take care of. Save the trivial stuff for later.
But it's really important to Mayushi.
And it's trivial to me! Anyway, Lukako, there's a good reason for my being here today. I need you to perform an exorcism.
An exorcism? Then I'll go get my dad. Please wait.
No, it's nothing that serious. I just need some peace of mind. That's why I came here instead of Kanda's shrine. So with that said, bring out the usual.
The usual? You mean the samedare?
No! Who the hell uses a demon sword for an exorcism? The usual for an exorcism should be obvious.
I
don't know what it's called, but it's that stick with the zigzaggy paper thingies that the priest does a shaky thingy with.
That sounded really dumb, Okarin.
Quite a shock to hear that from Mayuri.
Oh, the unusa? But I don't know if my father will lend it to me.
A wand that is carried by a Shinto priest, adorned with shide paper. It is used in blessing rituals to ward off evil spirits.
I'll go ask him.
Lukako makes a quick bow, then runs off towards his house, which is on the shrine grounds. Meanwhile, Mayuri takes her pocket watch out of her bag to check the time. It's a very old watch, not the sort you'd expect a high school girl to carry. Its name is Pockety. Obviously, that's the name Mayuri gave it, not its brand name or anything. Ever since elementary school, Mayuri has carried Pockety with her everywhere. It's her most important treasure.
Well, time for me to go to work.
Do your best. You going straight home afterwards?
Yep.
Mayuri lives in Ikebukuro. She comes to Akiba by train just about every day. It should be obvious since we're childhood friends and all, but I live in Ikebukuro too. Though, I've been staying at the lab since summer break began.
See you tomorrow.
I call Mayuri to stop before she trots off. Wait, Mayuri. Back at Radikan. You heard a man scream, right?
Scream?
Mayuri blinks several times and puts her finger to her temple as if in thought. Then she gives her usual smile.
When was that again?
This afternoon.
I don't think I heard anything.
Oh, well, alright.
Okarin's a weirdo. Bye-bye. Da-da-da.
Mayuri leaves, this time for good, though she pauses to wave at least a half-dozen times before disappearing beyond the archway.
Thanks for waiting, Okube-san.
Lukako returns shortly after Mayuri leaves. In his hands is the white zigzaggy thing I asked for.
Let me borrow it, thank goodness. Did Mayuri-chan leave?
Don't worry about Mayuri. Begin the exorcism at once, Lukako!
Okay. But do you really want me to do it? What exactly am I exercising anyway?
Lukako is flustered. Is he really up to this? I'm beginning to doubt. I should have known better. The instant doubt touches my heart, a terrible chill shoots up my spine. It's the evil spirit in my arm. I grab my violently shaking wrist. Be still, foul spirit! Gah. Hurry, Lukako! It's trying to take over!
No way. Please hang in there, Okabe-san.
I'm not Okabe-san!
I'm sorry, Koyama-san. But what should I...
The exorcism! Hurry! Just do it like I taught you! Oh, it might have cut out. Sound really far away. There you go. With a serious look on his face, Lukako grasped the onusa with both hands as if it were a sword. His stance is impressive. I've taught him well. His face is red, and he can barely talk. It looks like he wants to say something, but is hesitating. Panicking because he feels awkward? Amateur. Please, Luca, expel this spirit from me. I don't want to kill you. Lukako starts crying. Looks like he's really worried. Reason tells me he's a guy, but his lovely appearance makes me feel guilty, like I made a frail girl cry.
You wouldn't feel guilty if you made a dude cry?
I guess not. Double standard. But despite the tears welling up in his eyes, it looks like Lukako's managed to work up his resolve.
Hear me, evil spirit.
He raises the onusa up high, shaking it left and right.
Please, leave from Okabe. I mean, Koyama-san.
That's great! Now, strike my arm with those zigzags! The tip of the onusa touches my upper arm. In an anime, this would be the cue for some dramatic shockwave to occur, but nothing like that happens. The only sound is the chirping of cicadas.
Did it work?
I take a deep breath. The trembling in my arm has stopped. I'm okay. Looks like you drove away the evil spirit. Good job, Lukako. Lukako sighs in relief and blushes.
I'm glad I was able to help.
His shy smile really does make him look like a girl. After I get back to the lab, I take the broken TV down to the Braun tube workshop for repairs. Daru and Mayuri have already gone home, so I have to carry the TV down the narrow staircase by myself. It's brutal, back-breaking work, but I manage. I think Violet should voice Mr. Braun.
Oh god.
Is it an old man?
You'll see. I push the workshop door open with my hips and head inside. The room is dimly lit by the setting sun, but the gloom is offset by the glare from the gigantic CRT in the center of the room. A 42-inch CRT television. It doesn't seem like something you could get in modern Japan. With LCD TVs becoming the new standard, I seriously doubt anyone would want a bulky old CRT. I definitely don't own 3 or 4.
Hello?
Yo, what's up, Okabe?
Sitting in front of the huge CRT is an equally huge man reading a sports newspaper. He's the workshop's manager, actually the owner of this whole building, Tenyoji Yugo. I call him Mr. Braun. It's a fitting name for someone who loves Braun tubes. What's up? That TV you gave me broke, that's what.
I bet you were treating it rough, weren't you?
I barely managed to set the heavy TV on the counter.
Love. You gotta treat him with love.
A muscle-bound bald guy talking about love. Wait, hang on. I got a text message.
Hey, are you listening to me?
So hold on, I gotta answer this.
Upa's super popular, you know? Even more popular than the hero, Kakeru-kun. They're so cute. I want to collect them all. It's like how you used to collect back fingerless gloves, remember?
Are you gonna pay attention to me now?
I have to figure out how to reply to this. Fingerless gloves. Wait, attachments. Oh yes, the Upa. There's the one I lost. Anyway, let's reply to this one. I have no idea who that is. I don't watch bad anime.
Jay.
Anyway. Oh yeah, you were talking about love. It sends shivers down my spine. I'll need repairs post-haste.
Man, why do you always talk like that?
Mr. Braun begins investigating the cause of the problem. With nothing better to do, I look around the store. I don't know if it's just the dust hanging in the air, but something feels stagnant about this place. There are CRT screens everywhere. The haphazard layout makes them seem like junk, but they're all functional, according to Mr. Braun. He's got a full range of both old and new. Some of them are probably older than me. There are even some flat screen and HD CRTs that came out just before LCDs took the market. You're open late today. Don't you usually close around 7? The crowds in Akiba thin quickly at night. All the major electronics stores close around 8 or 9 o'clock. And then, as if the liveliness of the day was simply a lie, the town goes silent.
I'm expecting someone.
You mean that chipmunk of yours?
Is it Alden?
Don't be calling my little girl a chipmunk, you hear?
You can be the chipmunk, Laurel.
Is it Brittany?
Sure, if that's what you want. The manager glares at me and takes a photo from his wallet. It is a picture of a young girl shyly making a peace sign at the camera. One might assume this muscle-bound man to be some kind of pervert, but that girl is actually his daughter. She's about 12 years old now, I think. His love for her is second only to his love for CRTs. Or was it the other way around?
Hope it's the other way around.
He loves CRTs more than his own chipmunk. I see her in the store every now and again. What was her name again?
If you touch Nai, you're dead.
That's it, Nai. A rare name that means to braid. She pops up at the store now and again, so we've interacted with her before. And by we, I mean Mayuri, since she's the only one Nai gets along with. Nai always hides when she sees me or Daru. I must admit, I'm impressed she can sense my aura of madness at such an early age. Mr. Braun makes a grandiose kissing gesture at his daughter's photo. Once again, shivers down my spine. But seriously, besides your daughter, has this workshop ever had a customer? I've been renting the second floor for about 6 months, but I don't recall ever seeing a customer. I would be surprised if this place were actually making any money.
Ain't a customer.
He puts away the photo and goes back to checking the TV, leaving me with that vague answer.
It's probably just a loose solder on the board. I can fix it.
Really? Well, then by all means.
Hold on, I'll get you an estimate.
What? You're charging me?
What do you think? This ain't some charity.
You're the one who gave us the TV!
Yeah, so what? You never said I'd service it for free.
Curse you! You have some gall to say that after foisting a half-broken piece of junk onto us!
Oh, shut up. If you don't want it, I can take it back. Though, I'll have to charge you for its safe disposal.
Extortion! You dare cheat the man who very well may change the future of mankind?
Huh? Who's that now?
Me, of course! Who else?
Brush your teeth and go to sleep, kid. You got some nerve to be back talking when I'm letting you rent the second floor for next nothing.
You shall have your money, Mr. Braun. In the end, I'm no match for him. Just then, I hear the door open. I look up to see that a girl has entered the store. She's wearing a vintage jacket and tight shorts that highlight her long limbs and athletic figure. I find myself particularly impressed by her well-defined thighs.
What's up?
Oh, Warudo! Suddenly, time stops. Laurel, if you want to get this one.
Power to stop time. Oh my god. The power to stop time. One of the supernatural abilities called Stands that appear in the popular manga Juju's Bizarre Bim-Bims. Those are with the ability to use stands are called stand users. Zawardo!
Suddenly, time stops. It's more like someone activated the world. The girl is still standing there with her arm in the air. Her smile gradually fades into confusion.
Dio.
Did you make a JoJo reference? What kind of reaction was she hoping for? Seriously. Anyway, is she the person Mr. Braun was expecting? Maybe she's someone he knows personally. Another daughter? Or, dare I say, his girlfriend? She finally drops her pose and clears her throat.
I called earlier. I'm Eimine.
And just like that, time starts moving again.
Oh, so you're the kid for the job interview. I'm Tenoji, the manager.
A job interview? This young woman? You want to work at the dull, dirty, depressing, debt-ridden Braun tube workshop with this filthy old manager?
You want an extra 1,000 added to your rent?
My words are but the truth, though I suppose it's not my place to get involved. Anyway, I had no idea the Braun tube workshop was hiring. You always look so free. I didn't know you needed the help.
Actually, I'm the one who begged for a job.
The girl looks a little embarrassed.
The boss refused at first, but I wouldn't take no for an answer.
That's honestly surprising.
Kids with drive are rare these days. Take a seat right there, young lady.
Oh, thank you.
Looks like they're going to have a formal interview. I was going to leave, but since Mr. Braun hasn't kicked me out, I'll stick around a bit longer. The girl's expression is stiff. I guess she's nervous. Just because of a part-time job interview? In contrast to how she said she wouldn't take no for an answer, she doesn't seem so enthusiastic.
Right. What was your name again?
Eimine Suzuha.
Age?
18.
Same as me.
Student?
No.
She shakes her head.
Why do you want to work here?
Because I love CRTs.
Hired. You start tomorrow.
Wait, what? Is this some sort of joke? Are we on camera?
Thanks, boss.
Finally, Amane Suzuha seems to relax. Then she looks at me.
Who are you?
You dare ask my name? Banish the thought from your head, girl. To learn it would place your life in jeopardy. Countless women have learned my name, only to find themselves targets of the organization. Sarah in America, Claudia in Italy, Simone in France. I won't put anyone else in danger.
Hey, stop pulling things out of your ass.
He just doesn't understand my pain.
This idiot runs the second floor. Name's Okabe Rintaro.
My name is not Okabe, it's Hyoin.
Quit it, or I raise your rent.
I am Okabe Rintaro. The girl stands up, places her hand on my shoulder, and looks at me with a serious expression.
I don't know anything about this organization that's after you. But if you're ever in trouble, Okabe and Daru, let me know. I can help with stuff like that.
Huh?
Huh?
Stuff? Like what?
If necessary, I can hurt them so bad they'll never bother you again.
Mr. Braun, I don't think you should hire her.
Yeah, she might be a wild one. I'll fire her if she causes any trouble. Anyway, ignore that organization nonsense. It's all in Okabe's head.
Is it?
You just keep thinking that. But someday, the world will kneel before me. Muahahaha. And then, Amane Suzuha stares straight at me again. Maybe she has a habit of looking people in the eye.
So that's the current trend. Thanks for the tip.
Trend? I don't think so. God, so hot. I have a text message from Lukako.
Are you really okay with yesterday's exorcism? I feel like a more traditional ceremony would have been better. I'm worried something might happen to you because my exorcism wasn't strong enough. It bothers me so much I can't sleep at night. Yes, because of that, I couldn't do more than practice 3 practice swings with the samidare.
It wasn't bad, just a little clumsy. You're a servant of the gods. You need to project dignity and confidence. Work on it. I was at university all morning. As I returned to Akiba, the heat is now becoming unbearable. I grab an iced coffee at the bakery inside Yodobashi to quench my thirst. While I'm at it, I guess I'll check 4chan on my phone. I mean that channel. I mostly frequent the occult board, the future technology board, and sometimes the physics board. I search for threads on the mass disappearance phenomenon or Makis Karisu's stabbing, but turn up nothing. So, were those hallucinations after all? When I peek at the occult board, I find posts in multiple threads from someone claiming to be John Teeter. Wait, John Teeter is back? John Teeter appeared on an American BBS 10 years ago, claiming to be a time traveler. He claimed to have traveled from the year 2036 in order to obtain an old computer, the IBM 5100, His claims started quite a storm among the BBS denizens. Assistant.
Fictional. An American computer company. Not only do they develop and sell hardware and software, they also offer service and consultation to enterprises. In recent years, they have made the latter their main focus. IBM invented floppy disk and hard disk drive.
Teeter also made several accurate, if fragmentary, predictions of future events. The start of the Iraq War, the spread of the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, for example.
Not fiction. Another name for bovine spongiform encephalopathy, BSE, commonly known as mad cow disease, but only used in the case of human infection. Early symptoms include memory loss, abnormal movements, personality changes, dementia, and muscle stiffness. In severe cases, the patient may waste away for 1 to 2 years before dying of respiratory paralysis or other complications.
To prove he was from the future, he explained the principles behind his time machine and provided pictures of its operation manual. But after about 4 months, he disappeared without ever revealing his identity. At one point, his predictions gained popularity even in Japan. Yes, he certainly did get some things right. But on the other hand, he missed several others. Some of his posts contradicted each other too. That's why, to this day, most people doubt his authenticity as a time traveler. So after 10 years of silence, that same John Teeter is now on the Japanese BBS? Ridiculous. It's obviously a troll.
On the internet, to post controversial opinions or false information for the purpose of provoking a reaction.
First of all, John Teeter is American, yet now he's posting on @channel in Japanese. Let's take a look at his posts. Time for us to read 4chan. Alright, John Teeter shall be Laurel, and Kiri Gohan and Kamehameha shall be assistant.
I don't expect you to believe that I came from the year 2036. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. Time travel technology was developed by CERN. They completed the first time machine in 2034.
Time traveler, LOL. John Teeter, LOL.
More details on the time machine.
Do they sell time machines? How much do they cost? I've got about 100 million yen saved. Can you send me one?
CERN mostly has a monopoly on time machines. Not even the most powerful nations on Earth can acquire one, to say nothing of private citizens. CERN used their time machine for power. By 2036, the world has become a dystopia. There is no war, no conflict. However, that is a false peace founded on the complete eradication of liberty. What does LOL mean?
Why did you come to this time? Was the Akiba satellite crash your doing? Wait, guys. Teeter-san doesn't understand @channel lingo. Let's keep it simple, K? If you know what I mean. Get a trip code, asshole.
I came here to change my present. In other words, your future. My mission is to destroy CERN's dystopia and return freedom to the world. This is a wonderful time you're living in. Everyone is free, but you will lose it all in just 20 short years. It is vitally important that you understand what the future has in store. What is a trip code? I might get one if you tell me what it is.
You said only CERN has time machines? You have a time machine. That must mean you're working for CERN. Therefore, your goal can't be to destroy CERN's dystopia. You're a fraud. QED. What's a dystopia? How can CERN take over the world in just 20 years? Look at the Middle East. You've been reading too much manga if you think you can get those guys to stop killing each other. Who asked you to change the future? You're trying to play God? If they're promising world peace, then I for one welcome our new CERN overlords.
My time machine is a prototype reverse engineered from stolen CERN technology. Compared to their time machine, its capabilities are quite limitless. In 2036, our world is ruled by a single all-powerful governing body. They control every aspect of our lives, deciding what we'll eat, where we'll live, and whom we'll marry. There is no privacy, no choice. Anybody who dares oppose them is eliminated. There are no trials. It's very The Giver.
It's very Giver vibes.
In movies and stuff, small changes to the past cause huge changes to the future. You've already changed the present by coming here. What happens if you make unexpected changes to the future?
Implying CERN rules the world? Do you even know what CERN is? LOL.
OP is a troll.
So, if we find his dad and kill him, then this time traveler, LMAO, will never be born, and we won't have to listen to this bullshit. Am I right?
I want to know if you can meet your past self. Can you have self-cest?
You're talking about the so-called grandfather paradox. That has been debunked. This world line is a divergence of 0.571024% compared to the world line I came from. Killing my father would alter divergence, creating a world line where my father is dead. However, it would not erase this world line. I would go unexisting. CERN is a particle physics research institution that hasn't changed in 2036. It is possible to meet your past self. The prevailing theory in my time is that nothing would happen. I, however, haven't met my past self.
If
Is
you're
his past self our protagonist here?
I suppose we'll find out.
if you're if you're really a time traveler, then fucking prove it. Post time machine pics or GTFO.
Proof?
The many worlds interpretation? Whoa, slow down, bro.
Research institution taking over the world? Lol, what?
I do not feel the need to prove that I am what I say I am. I'm only posting these messages on a whim. My mission comes first.
What are world lines? Can you meet yourself from another world line? What happens if you do?
Late reply. A trip code is a way to identify posters. Put #password after your name.
LOL, backpedaling.
Oh my god. Word lines are like an infinite number of rivers flowing in parallel. Along the way, they're constantly branching out into new world lines. This is called divergence. For example, whether or not you post on this message board has practically no effect on this world line's divergence. But if you were murdered, let's say, then divergence would change. However, it would only change by about 0.000002% if that. A single human being's death is not terribly significant on a global scale. Wars, disasters, acts of terrorism, and other events that cause widespread death and destruction have a much greater effect on divergence. Thanks for telling me about trip codes. I'll make sure to use this one from now on. I'm starting to get tired, so let's pick up again tomorrow. It's been fun talking to everyone.
He fell for it.
Darn John Teeter posting your password and your name. Looks like they've already made an archive of these threads. Of course, there have been sites dedicated to John Teeter for years now. This post closely resembles what the original Teeter wrote 10 years ago. I've read one of the books on Teeter. That's how I know. This new John Teeter is clearly an imposter. There are many Teeter fanatics on @channel.
When imposter is sus?
Oh no.
Among Us? He's not exactly a household name in Japan, but I doubt anyone would fall for this level of trolling. As I continue to read, however, I find the response the opposite of what I expected. Everyone is accepting this time traveler as if this were his first appearance. Nobody has even mentioned his appearance 10 years ago. Finding this strange, I try posting a retort, but everyone ignores me. What the hell? You can figure this out if you do a little research, people! There's the original John Teeter thread archive in English, and plenty of Teeter blogs in Japanese. I enter John Teeter's name into a search engine. 12 matches. Wait, only 12? Moreover, all 12 are about the current Teeter's postings on that channel. I can't find a single trace of the Teeter from 10 years ago. It's bizarre. This just can't be. I searched for information on Teeter a few years ago. Back then, I got tens of thousands of hits. Is this search engine filtered? I try searching on another site just to make sure, but it gives the same result. What is this madness? It feels like I've stumbled onto another plane of reality. Could this be another organization conspiracy? These past 2 days, I've been surrounded by nothing but chaos and confusion. I'll call Daru. He'll know about Teeter for sure. Let's see.
Yeah.
It's me. Report.
Ocarine, can you drop the act when you're on the phone at least?
Are you aware that John Teeter has returned?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Where are you anyway? You coming to the lab?
I'm at Maid Queen plus Nyan squared. Trademark.
Again? May Queen cross Nyan Squared is a maid cafe in Akiba.
Oh my god.
A type of cafe where the waitresses wear maid uniform, usually in the French maid style. They usually call their customers master. Patrons can talk to the waitresses and play games with them, but ultimately maid cafes are restaurants, not bordellos.
Oh yes, assistant, and we got these from 4chan.
The opposite of a utopia. For example, a completely regulated society in which most people are denied privacy and freedom. Fictional. A French acronym for European Society for Nuclear Research. The world's largest elementary particle physics laboratory, located on the Franco-Swiss border near Geneva. Has a bank, a library, a post office, and a dorm on the premises. Scientists from around the world gather at CERN to research particle physics.
Oh, assistant, if only you could speak French. Of course, it is easily...
I don't want to get cancelled.
Société Européenne pour la Recherche Nucléaire.
Of course, that was it.
Perfect. Let me just post that on @channel. Either on.
So, you're an @channeler, Christina.
No. I just made an account just to do that.
Of course you did. Daru's a regular there. Apparently, 3D cat maids are his thing too. I have a sensitive matter to discuss. Actually, it's not sensitive at all. Don't move until I get there.
You're coming? Fine, but... Rude.
May Queen Cross Neon Squared is only a 3-minute walk from the lab. Coming from Kuramabashi Dori, take a left at Suma Kiyosaka Crossing, and you'll find it. That's where I'm headed now. It's usually busy in Akiba during summer break, but now it's even busier because of the Radikan incident. The area was blocked off yesterday, but it doesn't look like they could keep the main road closed for 2 days straight. I haven't seen a single police officer today. But the Radikan building still seems off limits. The entrance shutters are closed shut and sealed with yellow police tape.
We're here now in Akihabara, the day after the unexplained satellite crash. The police barricades have been lifted, and a tremendous number of people have gathered in front of the station. The satellite's origin is still under investigation. We're told that it can't be removed until the authorities have more information. According to the police, the satellite does not appear to be dangerous. However, tourists and the local businesses owners have raised concerns.
The media has dozens of cameras set up outside of the police line. And there are nearly twice as many onlookers as reporters, enough to fill the entire street with people. Everyone's aiming their phone cameras at the satellite-like object. So many people. Living in Akiba, you get used to crowds and big events, but a gathering of this size is unusual. I wonder when they'll get rid of that thing. I hope it doesn't explode or something. They've been letting people back into the area, so I guess there's no danger. Still, considering its unknown origin, I'm surprised there isn't more security. Today, like always, otaku are shopping for doujinshi, import games, electronics, or whatever strikes their fancy.
Fan-created amateur manga, which are often but not always adult in nature. These are sold at special doujinshi events, the biggest of which is the twice-annual Comic Giga Market, known by fans as Komima.
Aside from the scene at Radikan, it's the same as any other day. But I still don't understand what I saw yesterday. I've half accepted that the mass disappearance was just my imagination. Maybe I've become unable to distinguish reality from fantasy, like the media likes to say about teenagers these days. With that thought in mind, I return my gaze to the street. And there, in front of me, stands a woman holding her phone in front of her face. Laurel's next character.
Oh, okay.
Huh? She took a picture! Her phone was clearly pointed at me. I tried to cover my face, but not quickly enough. I turn around just to make sure that she wasn't pointing it at someone behind me, but that doesn't seem to be the case. She's still staring at her phone. Without even glancing at me, she turns around and points her phone at some other pedestrian. Maybe she's just taking photos of everyone at the scene, and not just me. But still, I need to have a word with her. The organization is after me, so I can't risk that photo getting out. Wait! She doesn't turn around. Is she so engrossed in her photography that she doesn't even notice me? Or did she not catch my magnificent native-level English? Hey, you with the phone camera! Wait! Please wait! She turns back, finally noticing me. And of course, her phone turns with her. Hey, no pictures! Are you with the organization? She completely ignores my objection. And then she goes back to looking at her phone. Answer my question. Are you with the organization? If she is, then I may have to take suitable measures. You're not? Even so, I can't let you keep that picture. The organization will stop at nothing to find my whereabouts, and they'll kill anyone who gets in their way. I need you to delete that picture immediately. Is she even listening?
Sorry.
Wow, she finally speaks. Just a whisper, but it's something.
If I upset you.
She lowers her head slightly in a bow. Or at least I think it's a bow. She's been looking down all this time, so I can't really tell. Before you apologize, I need you to delete that photo.
I was shooting the scenery.
Her fingers dance across her phone's keys with impressive speed, exactly the opposite of her annoyingly slow speech pattern. The scenery? You're a tourist? Or is she one of the people who came to see the satellite? In that case, why did she take a picture of me? She shakes her head without looking at me.
It's proof of where I was today.
You're a strange lady.
Hiru Moika.
Hmm?
My name.
I guess she's introducing herself. That's nice, but I just want her to delete that photo.
I have a question for you. May I?
First, the photo.
There's an urban legend in Akihabara. Have you heard of it?
An urban legend? What is she talking about? Don't tell me. There is a brilliant but insane mad scientist said to be lurking in Akihabara. And now that brilliant but insane mad scientist is the target of every assassin in the underworld? Gah! I've remained in this town for too long. I'll need to make plans. Akihabara, you weren't such a bad town. I'm glad that...
The Phantom Retro PC.
Retro PC. She replies with a nod. Or something like a nod.
They say there's one in Akihabara.
Oh. Nothing about a mad scientist. I'm relieved, but also disappointed. At any rate, this is the first I've heard about a Phantom Retro PC. A Retro PC? You mean like a 98?
A Japanese PC series sold from the mid-1980s to the mid-1990s. It sold so well that at one point it was called the National Computer.
That's the first model that comes to mind. But are 98s really that hard to find? She shakes her head slightly, or something like a shake.
No, this.
She turns her phone towards me. The screen shows an oddly shaped computer. It's hard to tell since the picture's monochrome, but it looks like some kind of PC. It looks kind of familiar.
An IBM 5100.
An IBM 5100. That's the computer John Teeter tried to get. Her fingers twitch, I think.
Busted. You've seen one?
No. I've only heard the name. Coincidence?
I think not.
No. This could be the choice of Steins Gate.
Know anyone who might know?
Daru probably knows more about it. He's my favorite right arm, a super hacker capable of breaking into even MI6's mainframe.
In the United Kingdom, the government organization responsible for foreign intelligence operations, MI6 stands for Military Intelligence, Section 6. However, its formal name is the Secret Intelligence Service, SIS.
Every time I start to say assistant, you start reading it.
And every time we kiss, I swear I can fly.
Wait a minute. A saw, no doubt. The MI6 part is a slight exaggeration. If that ever did happen, men in black would break down our door and take us away. But the super hacker part is true. The depth of his computer knowledge is uncanny. Speaking of Daru, I'm supposed to meet him at May Queen Cross Neon Squared. I don't have time to stand and chat with some crazy lady I don't know. Well, I'm off, lady. Media scrum in moderation.
During news stories with high public interest, reporters sometimes latch onto persons of interest, bombarding them with questions, prying into their lives, and even camping outside their houses. These activities are a serious invasion of privacy and can inflict mental and emotional stress on the subject.
I try to make a smooth exit, one-liner and everything, but she grabs my sleeve before I can disappear into the crowd. What are you doing?
Your email. Please.
What are you after?
The Suzuha.
I guess she wants to hear Daru's story. It's my fault for mentioning him. Well, I'm meeting up with Daru, so why don't I just take her along? No, wait a second. This could be a devious trap. Maybe she's really a spy, sent to kidnap Daru. I'm defenseless without him. My only other ally is Mayuri, whose skills amount to costume design. I refuse! I'll never give up Daru! I slip past her and start walking faster. I glance back. She's following me. I pick up the pace, but she's still chasing me. Stop following me! Unperturbed, she shows me her phone again. On the screen is the picture of me that she took. Gah! You still haven't deleted it?
Tell me, and I'll delete it.
You dare blackmail me? Who do you work for? I attempt to glare her into submission, but her eyes are already lowered. My glare is ineffective. She hesitates for a second.
Work part-time at Arc Rewrite.
What's that?
An editorial company here in Akihabara.
One of those companies that writes articles for magazines. Is this gloomy lady really fit for that kind of work? Wait! You plan on publishing my picture without permission, don't you? The mad scientist of Akiba unveiled! I can see the headlines now. That's all the organization will need to turn Akiba into a sea of blood. No, I must avoid that gruesome outcome at all costs. I have no choice. Very well, I accept your terms. At any rate, as long as she has that photo, I have no way of knowing how it might be used. I pull up my email address and show it to her. Looking back and forth from my phone to hers, she enters my info with terrifying speed. Of course, this woman is an Esper.
A general term for humans who possess supernatural powers. Common powers include telepathy, telekinesis, and precognition, though more exotic powers exist. It is rumored that some Espers even possess the ability to reshape reality with pure force of will. Derives from the term ESP, which stands for extrasensory perception.
I didn't know you believed in Esper's assistant.
I don't, but, I have to explain it in a way that you will understand.
Well, I dub her power Shining Finger. Her magic thumb types cursed emails at 255 characters per minute. Whoever receives one dies. She's done typing my address. It took all of 5 seconds.
Name?
Hyoin Kyoma, mad scientist.
How Is it spelled?
First, Hyo for phoenix, then In, and finally Kyoma, which means a horrible truth that must never be revealed.
Huh?
Hyo for phoenix, then In, and finally Kyoma, which means a horrible truth that must never be revealed. I repeat my perfect explanation. This is the origin of my true name. Explaining the In part of Hyoin would take too long, so I left it out. She enters my name with her head tilted to the side.
Like this?
Ho owing your mama? What the hell is this? Are you mocking me? She lowers her head a little more. An apologetic bow, I guess. Just hand me your phone. I'll enter it. She shakes her head, clutching her phone with both hands as if to protect it from me. Like a spoiled child who can't let go of a toy, she shields it from me with all her might. What does she think I'm going to do? Her reaction is a little depressing. Anyway, she's obviously not going to hand her phone over, so I ask for her address instead. I'll send her a blank mail. She told me her name a few minutes ago, but I forgot it already, so I enter her as Shining Finger. What am I doing standing here in the middle of the street? Let's hurry up and send her a blank email. Right. Yes.
Shining a finger.
Sounds like a stand. She's staring at her phone. I don't think I've ever met someone who made less eye contact. After a few seconds, her phone receives the email.
Okabe Rintaro.
What? How do you know that name?
From the blank email.
Damn. My email is still linked to my real name. I must change it at once. That's just my alias. I'll send another one with my true.
No, this is fine.
Nonsense! I am not Okabe Rintaro, but Hyoin Kyo! She's really not buying it. Did you delete the picture? She nods slightly. I think. It's really hard to tell. Her body language is as subdued as her voice. If you deleted it, then prove it. She silently shows me her screen. The only picture remaining is the one of that computer. Whew, that's a relief.
I'll email you later. So ask, okay?
About what?
The urban legend.
Oh, that. I almost forgot. With that, Shining Finger wanders off. Throughout the encounter, she kept the same cool expression. Actually, I don't think we ever once made eye contact. Laurel's,
Welcome back, Meoster.
Laurel's final character, and Mayuri returns. I open the door to May Queen Cross Neon Squared Maid Cafe, and two familiar cat-eared girls greet me with smiles.
Am I the pink one or the blonde one?
You're the pink one.
You're the pink one.
Okay.
It's open.
One of them is Mayuri,
Oh, I see.
but here she's called Mayushi Nyan Nyan. Since she works here, I stop by about twice a month. I guess that would make me a regular customer. Actually, I've never been to any other maid cafe.
Welcome back, Okarin.
After bowing again, Mayuri gasps, as if she thought of something.
Hey, Okarin. Mayushi just noticed something. Welcome back, and Okarin really go well together.
Whatever.
Hyoma, it's great that you came in, yeah?
The other maid who came to greet me, Faris Neon, her professional name of course, hits me with her trademark combo attack of cute, cat-like gestures. She's May Queen Cross Neon Square's most popular maid. Even though she and Mayuri are about the same age, she looks and acts a bit younger.
Daru Nyan's here too. He's been waiting, yeah?
Daru frequents this cafe because he's got a crush on Faris. He often reads her public blog while muttering, "Faris, you're so cute," to himself. He's got it real bad. I keep telling him to choose either 2D or 3D, but he doesn't listen. I also have trouble dealing with this cat girl. She always finds a way to best me.
Are you holding another secret meeting to overthrow the evil organization, yeah?
Yeah, something like that.
Faris wants to join soon, yeah?
No chance. The organization isn't threatened by cat-eared maids.
Not true, Nya. Faris has the perfect secret technique to help take them down.
What? You finally mastered that secret technique?
Yes, Nya. After completing my pilgrimage to the Guiana Highlands and overcoming my mentor's death, I finally mastered it.
What mentor? Faris knows my true name, Yoin Hyoma. I've also told her all about the organization. Also, I have a text, so just hang on a second. From Lukako.
Dad won't teach me how to be a priest. He keeps saying he has 30 years of work left in him, so he doesn't need my help. That doesn't explain why he keeps trying to teach me the ceremonial Miko dance, though. P.S. I did 10 practice swings with Samidare.
The ceremonial Miko dance? But according to the legend of Ama no Iwato, that means... No! Don't tell me! Your father intends to open the gate? It's too soon! Anyway, now she's more into it than there. And now she's more into it than I am. That's a typo. She's always the same. She's always the one to bring up the subject whenever we meet. By the way, this is the first I've heard of this secret technique, or whatever it is.
So Faris wants to participate in the spirit conference like you promised, Nya.
Ugh, she's not letting it go. It'll take 30 minutes if I play along with her. You're not suggesting we venture to the sanctuary? The answer is no. Although you may understand the hidden secrets, you're still too inexperienced.
But you promised, Nya. Are you going to betray me? My brother is waiting for me there.
Since when do you have a brother? And what the hell's this spirit conference anyway? Faris looks at me with actual tears in her eyes. I falter, even though I know it's just one of her cutesy acts. Whenever I talk with her, I run out of comebacks, which is really unusual for me. And then, she takes the initiative, leaving me with nothing to do but listen to her fantasies. I mean, come on, you can only take it so far. There's a very clear difference between her stories and mine. As anyone can see, I speak nothing but the truth, while Faris has only delusions and a made-up backstory. I always have to play along. That's why I feel like I can never best her.
I don't quite get it. But can Maishi go to the sanctuary too?
Great. Now look who's joined in. It's just gonna get worse from here. I have to end this conversation now. You can't come. This discussion is over.
Eh?
No fair, Kyoma.
That's right. Leaving Mayushi and Faris behind is mean.
Who is Faris?
Faris-chan is Faris-chan, right?
Right.
Mayuri and Faris look at each other and smile. Is she talking about this Faris? Is that her real name? Have I been mistaken all this time? That's a disturbing thought.
Well, Mayushi has a hard time saying Faris, so I'll call her Faris instead.
Oh, so that's it.
It's like we're in a girls' school. It's not too tabby.
Okay then, moving on. Show me to the table already! How long do you want me to stand here waiting?
Nya. Sorry, Nya. Table for two this way, Nya. Mayushi, I'll leave it to you, Nya Nya.
Leave it to me, Nyanya.
This is gonna be on the internet forever.
Well, yeah. If you hadn't noticed, the cat-eared maids here at May Queen Cross Neon Squared are required to add cat sounds, nias and neons, to their words with some frequency. I mean, I've had to act delusional for 3 hours, so you know.
It was just acting?
No, it is all the truth. Mayuri takes my hand and leads me inside. Apparently, Mayushi Neon is the only one who leads customers by the hand like this. It probably comes naturally to her. She doesn't even realize the effect it has on her customers, and that's why she's second to Faris in popularity at this Maid Cafe. She guides me to Daru's table. The tables are about 60% full. Among Akiba's maid cafes, May Queen Cross Neon Squared's popularity is solid, but not booming. Considering what Faris and the others are wearing, it's more like a cosplay cafe than a maid cafe. Furthermore, the cat ears and neonian dialect makes it less accessible to low-level otaku and first-timers. On the other hand, those same cat ears are a topic of heated debate among die-hard Maid Cafe fans. Maids don't have cat ears. Cat ears plus maid equals 2 times moe. These two viewpoints clash. This place is one of the older maid cafes in Akihabara, but it doesn't get much media exposure. Maybe that's what makes it more comfortable than most. At least, that's what Daru says. He talks about this stuff so much that it's been burned into my synapses.
Daru-kun, Okarin is here, Nyan.
You're way late, seriously, man.
Daru sits in front of me, but doesn't look my way. He looks upset for some reason.
So, what were you just talking about with Faris? I want details.
You really want to know? I don't think you'd understand it. Hell, even I didn't get most of it.
The usual. Your conversations are too much for regular otaku. You guys can exude an aura or something, you know? It's like you two have your own reality marble. You know, I can't forgive you.
Oh, a fate reference.
A type of magecraft in which the user overwrites the world with a pocket dimension based on his or her emotional experience. Often used in ordinary conversation to speak of couples flirting in public, immersed in their own world, not caring about the pain they are inflicting on others.
Reality marble. Fate, Tsukihime, Melty Blood. All of that part of that universe.
I think Faris likes Okarin, yeah. Of all of the maids and masters here, yeah, the only one who can keep up with Faris-chan is you, Okarin.
I'm not even close to keeping up with her.
I'm so jealous. You lucky bastard.
I have no interest in women who dress themselves in lies.
No one to talk.
Silence, you unfaithful bastard! All your 2D wives are crying.
You struck a nerve, man.
Daru theatrically grabs his chest and falls onto the table.
Bleh.
Rest in peace, Daru. I sip from one of the glasses of water that Mayuri brought to our table.
Master, may I take your order, yeah?
Omelette rice and hot coffee, black.
Coming right up, nya.
After taking my order, Mayuri finds her way towards the counter, as if swimming between the rows of tables. I hope she doesn't trip.
So, what do you need?
Daru asks without getting up from the table. That's right. In my confrontations with Shining Finger and Catgirl, I almost forgot my original objective.
I was gonna head to the lab in about an hour.
I have an urgent matter to discuss. Top secret. I lean on the table and scan the area without moving my head. You remember John Teeter?
John Teeter? Who's that?
The self-proclaimed time traveler who appeared on the internet about 10 years ago. I thought we talked about him before.
Is this a new addiction to your made-up backstory?
It's nothing like that. Everything I say is the truth.
What a pain. Yada yada yada. Well, I guess I can play along.
Is that a JoJo reference?
Perhaps. So, what's the source of this Titter guy from being from the future?
Wait, you seriously never heard about him before?
Seriously, bro, I haven't.
Sure you didn't just forget?
I can't say for sure.
There are even books about him.
I may remember if you show me one.
You really don't remember.
Memories fade. We're not computers, man.
This is wrong. I remember talking to Daru about John Teeter back in high school. It was only idle talk, so it's possible that Daru forgot about it. Daru is quite the internet addict, but the internet lets you choose what information you want to see. There's no guarantee Daru looked up info on John Teeter. If he had, I doubt he would have forgotten so completely. Is it my memories that are mistaken, or everyone else's? Then, what about the IBN 5100?
Oh, you know about that? Cool.
So, you know about it.
It's the model IBM released back in 1975.
Right. That's what John Teeter said on that channel. He traveled to 1975 first, obtained an IBN 5100, then leap to 1998. What kind of computer is it?
The stupidly expensive kind. Back when it came out, computers were so expensive that average people couldn't get their hands on them. It was full of proprietary IBM technology. It was a pretty powerful computer for its time. Then 6 years later, in 1981, IBM launched the popular IBM PC series. So that's more famous. Anyway, it's not like I'm an expert. This is just stuff I read on the wiki. Do I have to explain what a wiki is to you?
Yes.
It's an online system for creation and compilation of hypernet documents in the web server. I think that makes it more confusing.
I'm sure it helped Assistant to understand.
It's a website. Not like I would know. I would, just heard it from the news.
Because you're a 4-channeler, Christina?
No, I'm a perfectly normal person. And I just happen to hear things.
Of course. Have you heard the urban legend that there's one in Akiba?
You bet I have. Just last month there was a big talk about it on the net. Some channels heard the rumors and went searching for it. My friend on Freepada, Sister Centipede, was the main person behind that.
What the heck is this?
Sister Centipede.
A popular SNS social network service website designed to facilitate easy communication between users.
Sister Centipede sounds weird.
Is that like the prequel to Human Centipede?
Oh no, Daru, you know too much.
Even the legendary Neidhart der Blitzschnell, I assume that's German, joined the fray, but they still couldn't find it.
So, it was just a hoax.
Who knows? There are a ton of underground shops in Akiba. It wouldn't be strange if an IBM 5100 suddenly turned up in some hole in the wall.
I see. My phone suddenly starts vibrating.
You've got mail.
I do. Shining finger.
Oh, okay. Okabe-san, I mailed you as soon as I could. My name is Kiru Moeka. I'm 20-year-old freelance editor. I believe I mentioned I work part-time at Arc Rewrite. Sorry for taking your picture. It wasn't on purpose. I needed some shots of Akihabara for work, and you just happened to be in one. Actually, to tell you the truth, I was hoping to sneak some shots of the satellite, Lamau. By the way, the picture I took was just a test, not the final shot. That's why I was using my phone, even if you hadn't begged me to delete it. I wouldn't have posted it, so don't worry. Anyway, I should get to the point. I'm really sorry for asking like this, Okabe-kun. But it would be super great if you could ask your friend, the Tsubahaka, about the IBM 5100. I don't really know anything about computers, especially old computers. All I have to go on is that picture I showed you. I'll attach the image. Be absolutely positive to reply, okay? I'll be waiting. And if you could, I'd be super happy if you gave me your Tsubahaka friend's email address. I'll mail you again. It's okay to mail you again, right? Of course it is. Bye, Moeka.
Oh gosh, it's Shizuka. The original Shizuka. Doesn't talk in real life, but is a yapper on the phone.
I feel like I should have given her a cuter voice.
Whatever you want to do. Maybe your text.
Too late now.
She just, I mean,
Her
she's
text will be
she's
like,
she's
Be absolutely positive to reply, okay?
yeah, you could do that if you want going forward. Oh, come on. What's with this mail? Disregarding the weird timing. Is this really the gloomy, unsociable woman I met in front of Radikan? She's like a completely different person in this email. Does she have split personalities or something? Well, I got some info about the IBM 5100, so I guess I should give her a reply. But if I send an immediate reply to a woman I just met, won't I come off as clingy and desperate?
And then she asked you to reply immediately.
And she did write a book. Hi. Hyoin Kyoma will not be taken lightly. This is my chance to make her understand which one of us is the superior human being. And above all, I have yet to ascertain if she can be trusted. She might start harassing me if I reply the wrong way. And besides, she hasn't proven that she's not working for the organization. Nonetheless, it couldn't hurt to tell her what I learned from Daru. To discourage her, of course. Muahahaha. Let's ignore it. Yeah, this is out of kindness. Sorry for the wait, Daru. So, there's one thing I need to know. I scan the area with my eyes once more, then I lean in close. The IBN 5100 has the power to destroy the world, right?
What? It doesn't have the power to do anything, let alone destroy the damn world.
What is this, Nya? The world's gonna be destroyed, nah?
Faris brings my omelet rice. She's doing her cat-like gestures while keeping her tray balanced on one hand. True feline agility. Despite her neon-neonian nonsense, Faris is the consummate professional.
Master, thanks for waiting, Nyan Nyan. Omelet rice, Nyan.
The cat girl puts the omelet rice on the table and then takes a bottle of ketchup from her apron pocket. She uses it to write, "The world is doomed." Oh, so, yes. In red letters upon the omelet's blank yellow canvas.
Please enjoy your meal before the world ends.
Wow, the world is doomed for the win. Faris' handwriting is so cute it puts my omelet in danger too.
It appears the cuteness has shattered Daru's sanity. I give him a look that says calm down, but to no avail. I smooth out the ketchup with the bottom of my spoon, erasing the ketchup words.
Well, it weighs.
I'm going to eat it either way.
Daru Nyan. Have you considered participating in the Faris Cup, Nya?
Yeah, of course I'm participating.
Faris Cup? What's that? I take a mouthful of omelet rice.
Next Sunday, we're hosting a re-net tournament at the cafe, Nya.
Faris starts dancing in place. I prefer she not jump around like that when people are eating nearby.
Faris is the event organizer. It's all my idea, Nyan. You can participate too if you want, Kyoma. Entrance fee is 1,000 yen and includes a drink. Whoever beats Faris gets to enjoy some Faris home cooking, Nya.
It'll never happen. Okarine sucks at re-net.
Nya, then it's so fun.
No, I'm fine. I stop shoveling the omelet rice into my mouth. Then I deliver a melancholy sigh. Rynet Access Battlers, huh? Whenever I hear that name, I remember the former champion. Has it already been 2 years? No, it's nothing. Forget what I said.
Nya, that sounds so serious, Nya. Who is the former champion, Nya?
He probably doesn't exist. I mean, Reina didn't even have official tournaments until about a year ago.
Kyoma, you still can't forget him, can you, Nya?
What?
I remember that you, the champion, my brother, were such good friends, Kyoma. We were so close, it made me jealous, Nya.
Damn it. She took my story and ran with it again. I never even said anything about him being her brother. Hell, I don't even know if Harris even has siblings. I shouldn't have talked about stuff like this in front of Faris.
But it's time to let go of the past. Seize the day with your own paws.
Her shout resounds throughout the store. Her finger snaps at me.
Even though it's painful. No, because it's painful. I succeeded my brother's dying wish with perfect skills as a Rainetter, Nya. Do you remember Nya? He always used to say, "Someday, let's bring peace to the world with Rainet."
Faris, bring me my coffee.
Nya Nya?
I present an empty plate to Faris. I always eat quickly. It's a habit I picked up naturally during my years on the run from the organization. Screw the slow food trend. That's not it.
Food that takes time to cook and eat, as opposed to fast food or instant food.
Sure thing, Master. Just a moment, Nya.
Faris takes the dish and heads back to the counter. Whew. If I'd left things going as they were, I would have had to play along for another 10 minutes in her fantasy world.
Faris is one of the most skilled Rainetters I know.
Daru explains with a wry smile.
She's gone undefeated in over 400 unofficial matches. She's my idol.
Is she Rixon Gracie? Daru ignores my perfect retort.
It's so disappointing that Faris doesn't go into official tournaments. She'd win if she did, no doubt.
Why doesn't she?
For the customers. She probably doesn't want to inconvenience the store. Truly a model. She's my... probably has school too.
She doesn't want to inconvenience the store, yet she's holding the Faris Cup here.
That doesn't matter at all. The point is, Faris is cute, and cuteness is justice. Cute cat-eared major sweet, if you know what I mean. And that's all that matters, right?
So in the end, do you bat for the 2D team or the 3D team?
Yes. I dare say I'm bi.
Here to hear. By Icon.
By Icon Daru. Wait, I have a text message from Lukako.
What?
I suppose his dad really does intend to open the gate. You're an inspiration, Daru.
I'm just too awesome.
Daru usually doesn't show enthusiasm for anything. The exceptions are Moe and Faris. I wish he were this passionate about our experiments. Well, that should be 3 hours. Did you guys want to call it there?
Sure.
We've met all of Laurel's characters, which was my goal.
Whoop whoop.
I was like, boy, I really hope we're able to, and we were.
I like all of them except maybe Daru.
You don't like the bi icon, Daru?
I mean, he's kind of iconic, but, you know.
He's kind of a pervert. I don't know. I think Daru's a great right hand. Well,
He's a super hacker.
a super.
That's pretty cool.
That's right. And then they even have a character that looks exactly like him in one of their other games. Robotics Notes. Which
They
I-
really said, design is perfect, we're gonna reuse it.
They're like, the Daru design is great. Use it again. Like, okay.
No notes.
You can copy my homework, just change the answer a little bit. And they're like, nah.
We'll make it exactly the same.
Well, now we're back in the lab. I guess we'll end it here.
Our sign off on this series, assistant knows, is that we say El Psy Kongroo at the same time. But do you guys have any other parting words before that?
Stay tuned for the next episode.
Of
Chaos Head.
Chaos Head. Noah.
I mean Steins Gate.
The sequel to Chaos Head. Well then, I guess we'll count down and say the parting words. 3, 2, 1, go! El Psy Kongroo.
Kangaroo.
Muahahaha.
I don't know what that means.